And hello, everybody. How the heck are you? Hope you're doing well. Hold on, I had one last thing I was trying to do here to get things set up for today, and I just about had it dialed in, and then here we are. Hi, how are you? Welcome. I'm Rich Slayton. This is the playoffs, the big stuff. North America, Central America. BREN, CHONG, Bernard CHONG? BREN CHONG? Bernard CHONG? That cup. Let's take a look at the bracket for the day. BCC3. Let's go. And we are in the winner's bracket, and see that says winner's bracket. Why? Well, because it is a double elimination bracket, meaning that if you lose, you're not necessarily out, but you are down. 2 lives to give for every single person today. Flash, Edwin, Ardentoas, SergioRamos, AdrianPiedra, Daniel Bag, and Hasiel in the first round. With that first round bye, though, Airsurfer, DiegoE, Ian, and Anaban. So let's go. Going to be a fun one today. We're here for a ton of matches. This is day 1 of our playoffs. There's going to be 2 days. We'll be back again on Tuesday, same time, same channel, for the culmination of the North American playoffs. Of course, we've already gone through the APAC, EMEA, and LATAM playoffs yesterday and earlier today. So here we go for the fun one, North America. And I'm here for it. You're here for it. The CHONG Cup says, let's go see if I can get that word. There we go. And you can see, by the way, some chat messages popping up here every once in a while. We're going to see if I can nail down how we do chat versus casting today. And this little thing right here might help me out. So maybe you'll pop up here every once in a while. Who knows? But it's going to be a fun one. BT Dubs. If you want to follow along that bracket on your own, the bracket is in the description below on YouTube. If you're on Twitch, sorry, no bracket for you. But if you're on the YouTubes, it's in there. I'm trying to make the Stream Deck be OP, but Stream Deck is super not OP in today, so unfortunately, hard to go ahead and throw the bracket to you guys the same way. Dark Elite saying, hello, man, first time in stream? Well, hello, Dark Elites, welcome. It's going to be a whole lot of fun today. We're going to be here for about 4-ish hours of Clash Royale action. We should be starting off here fairly soon, just waiting for them to kick off. We were supposed to start at 4:30. They pushed it up to 4 o'clock. So waiting for them to kick off our first round of matches for the day. Over on Twitch chat, let me see if the button works for Twitch too, the fun thing. And there we go. Hey, Kelly Casado, who's here a lot, says, hi, Rich. Hello, Kelly. How are you? I'm going to try to keep as much of the chat to in between games. We'll see what happens, obviously. I'm not always perfect with it. I'm not always perfect, but I'm going to get it done as best I can. So those of you asking, what shades are you wearing today? Asked John Ketchum. Let me go ahead. What shades are you wearing today? These are the A team, but like EH, because if you look in closely, they've got maple leaves. They're Canadian. Because this is the North and Central America region, it ends up being only North America for today because we only have Mexico and the U.S., but I felt like Canada needed to be in here, needed to be represented a bit, so throwing on my Canadian shades to kick things off today. And we'll see how we go. Hello from Houston, Texas. Let's go ahead and jump into our first match of the day. Gonna be a fun one here. Edwin, who's been doing very well overall throughout the tournament, up against Flash, longtime CRL pro. And hey, Drill, no way. Drill to open things up. So if you wanted to see Goblin Drill, guys, guess what? You're in luck. Because here at the BREN CHONG Cup 3, you see some. And that is often a recipe for disaster against the Dark Prince. But in this one, gets just enough and almost paid off with the full, still alive Magic Archer. Untouched Magic Archer just barely got the touch. Doesn't matter, though. That is a nice chunk of damage. But Flash pretty much behind an entire pot of elixir, it feels like, now that he did throw that one down. P.E.K.K.A going to get picked up here on the front end. Ramride going right into the Tesla here. And with the Bandit dash in, that's a nice little Valk. And this is one of the interesting things. As a P.E.K.K.A hit, it does not. The recovery ability of this variation of Drill, by the way, those of you who want to know, this is just about the variation that I've been playing on ladder. They got my new personal best with, 64-19. But I run skeletons rather than spears. But I bet you he wants skeletons for another deck, hence not skeletons in here. But this variation has a ton of recovery ability. Not only do you have, of course, Tesla Drill, which is unbelievably powerful, but then you add in the NATO, add in the Fireball, add in the Valk, and your ability to win matchups you shouldn't because of the Magic Archer as a secondary win condition, absolutely massive. So yeah, Flash got away with the aggressive Magic Archer, says Hoa in the chat, absolutely, but this time Magic Archer cycled in the back, does not work out well, and Ram Rider not going to worry about that. I think the Tesla's going to go down. Oh no, Fireball goes to the Mother Witch here, Ram Rider's not going to connect. And again, this is what I'm talking about. The recovery ability of this deck, you can overspend and you can still come back on this one. So there you go. Dark Prince down 1580 on the left-hand side to 1878, final 30 seconds of regulation. And it's so crazy that even when running essentially the idea of probably the best drill counter in Dark Prince, due to cycle and just how powerful this deck can be. And that's why I like this again, like even if they do try to kind of shut down that drill, even if they do do the Dark Princes perfectly, Magic Archer is so massive. And if you take a look at that lead right now, that lead right now is primarily because, it is exceptionally because of that Magic Archer play in the opening of the game. Valk need to clean things up. 4 on the board right now for Flash, behind 2 in the hole, but that does end up being to Flash's advantage. Magic Archer gonna get the piercing damage just barely. But now that's a big overspend. So let's see, how powerful is the recovery ability of this deck when you've got this much on the board? Fireball to push things back. You know, I also don't run Fireball. Now I just realized that another difference between this deck and me. I do not run the Fire Breezy version. I run Log. 1096, and now Edwin's starting to catch up. Starting to catch up nicely. E-Wiz high on the Valk. This will be no damage for the E-Wiz. You'll have a healthy E-Wiz, Dark Prince, and P.E.K.K.A right in front. Let's put that P.E.K.K.A on roller skates. Does Dark Prince connect? And it does. That's huge. That's huge. That's a GG, I think. That should be a GG here. Mother Witch turns the spears around. Flash put a lot of damage down early. And now just waiting for the Mother Witch in. Let's see, does he go Dark Prince to the front, or does he go drill to the front or back? Goes sort of the outside. Magic Archer. Oh, the NATO play, trying to make it happen. Not going to be enough. Tries to go with the Tesla and then push drill at the same time. Fire Spirit trying to pull things down. NATO trying to make enough room, not going to happen. Fireball going to let that connection happen anyway, and there you go. Edwin comes out with a big-time win in game number 1. GG, well played. And a nice win there for Edwin to start off his day. A very important win for Edwin to start off his day. You know, if you win the drill matchup, that's an absolutely huge one. So every time you can take that drill matchup off the board, and also winning against Fireball with Mother Witch, you put those two together, that's pretty nice there. Pretty nice there from Edwin. Hashem saying, Hashem saying, hi there from Eric. Oh, you came here from Eric's stream. I hope Eric had a good one. He usually does. Eric's pretty good at this. I'm a pretty big fan of EB7, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching LATAM earlier on today. Let's see. Do I know the match's order? Says Mohammed. No, but we'll show the order on screen occasionally. But also, if you look in the description below, you will be able to go ahead and find the challenge bracket and keep a pretty good look at it today. What figures are behind you? Asked John Ketchum. Well, over this shoulder, that's the mini P.E.K.K.A Pancakes. You can see his face right there, actually. Over on this side, 2 pretty recognizable ones, the Hog Rider and the Baby Dragon. Blah. That's my best Baby Dragon impression. But what you also get is right here, you get the Golden Princess that was the giveaway from CRO World Finals in 2018 in Tokyo. And then this was this year, the 2020 Golden Mega Knight giveaway. So there's those ones, and of course you can see a little Baby Dragon right there, wearing some stunners, wearing some of the gooders. So it's all over. Is your summer camp over? Asked Hoa. Yes, it is. I'm back home, back here in Texas. So here we are. Zach CR, who Zach, we'll talk soon. Don't you worry, bud. We're gonna talk very, very soon, maybe about the next big tournament that comes in. But Zach saying, I've got bag in this. Who do you guys got, chat? And that's an interesting question. Go ahead, let me know in the chat, guys, whether you're on YouTube or on Twitch. Who do you view as your best chance for the winner today? We've got a pretty good lineup overall. I think that they're not going to show it right now. I'll just go ahead and show it here for a second. There's the overall lineup. Flash, Edwin, Ardentoas, Sergio Ramos, the CCGS World Champion, The Rock himself, AdrianPiedra, Daniel Bag, Hasiel, Airsurfer, DiegoE, Ian, and Anaban. And I got to say, I think Bag is phenomenal. Anyone picking against Airsurfer, like, Airsurfer should get most of the the votes here, in my opinion. Gareth Tompkins in the YouTube chat saying it's going to be Anaban or Airsurfer, so there's one for Airsurfer. Zigzag Nemesis says Ian, so that's an interesting choice there. Ian certainly has been good so far. Let's see. There's one for... I was trying to hit the one for Bag, but there we go. The chat moving too much. There you go, Bag from Wally. That's one vote for him as well. And let's go ahead and jump into our gameplay here. J-Man saying he's cheering for Bag. Don't think he's the best player here, but certainly most fun to watch. Why I'm cheering for him? Well, it's important to be fun to watch as well. And Flash just opens up heavy. And that's actually one of the weird things. You know, the Goblin Cage was initially billed as an elixir bank, right? It does play that role of building and pull stuff, but also you get that pop of a troop later. The idea of an elixir bank. But that elixir bank does, if you were running something big like P.E.K.K.A., like Mega Knight, like Golem, like Electro Giant, if you don't know the matchup early on, in my opinion, cycling that Goblin Cage early is kind of giving them a free play, especially on a P.E.K.K.A. behind, which is what you saw Flash do here. A nice bandit pickup here on the right-hand side. Does take a punch to the face, but she's a tough lady. First minute 15 away, and so far no significant damage either way, but these split pigs might change that too. It's a nice little dual lane damage, and looks like Flash just, except for the fact that it was Fireball in Edwin's deck last game, is taking a page from that book and going with the Ram Rider, P.E.K.K.A. Ram Rider deck in game number 2. Neo Goku saying APAC was so good, gameplay top-notch, very strong competition in my opinion. Yeah, I'll be watching some of that APAC stuff. Some of the highlights of that will be making its way onto the channel soon. In the gap between the 2 weekends of these regional playoffs and the World Finals, I'll be uploading some of those to YouTube. If you haven't yet, over on YouTube, of course, there's the... Oh, that's the wrong link entirely. Subscribe to my channel, please. That's what I was trying to do, but I didn't get the link right. P.E.K.K.A. down to the left-hand side. Dark Prince in support as a 3-3 split comes in for Edwin with the Zappies behind. That's going to be a nice little bit of poison here. I don't know if that makes enough room. The P.E.K.K.A.'s over everything, and now Dark Prince gets in front of the P.E.K.K.A. This is actually really nice for Flash, because it's going to force Edwin to deal with the P.E.K.K.A. on her own, or at least clear something out here and gets the 6-man out a little bit earlier, maybe. This is a bit of a challenge here, though, trying to deal with how spread out this is going to be. And while the Dark Prince and Barb Barrel can work nicely against those pigs, as you can see here, you don't have that many of them. And that's a ton of damage on the right-hand side. 901 remaining. A lot on the board right now for Flash. The Ram Rider does not get a touch. Even an elixir, though. So here we go, sudden death overtime, 1,600-ish on both sides of Edwin's board, but 901 after that big push on the right-hand side. And look at that, the Flying Machine just staying right on the range. And does that Flying Machine turn over to the Mother Witch? And it does. Mother Witch sends 2 pigs the opposite direction, but still, look at the overspend being required right now for Flash to deal with this Flying Machine. Guys, we talk about this all the time. I mean, an obscene degree, but it's because it's so important. If you're playing a deck that runs Flying Machine, as soon as you figure out that they don't have an excellent answer, abuse the Flying Machine. Set it up high, middle on your side when you're in a bridge fight, and just abuse the heck out of it. Make them spend. Cycling Flying Machine in the back this time. Mama P.E.K.K.A. up high here. Cage And this time, this is actually really nice for Flash with this poison getting pretty solid value here, and the Zappies have to come out into the poison again. This is kind of a rough spot here for Edwin. If Flash can survive this push, which is going to be challenging, he's got one more really good shot. P.E.K.K.A goes high. This is Flash's last real chance here. And goes Ram Rider opposite lane. I understand the idea here. Can he get back around them? No, that's it. That's got to be it. Yep. You can't get a Ram Rider down quickly enough. Mama P.E.K.K.A won't, Mother Witch won't do enough. That's a GG, well played. Edwin comes out with a nice 2-0 to kick things off. There we go. Zach making a good point in the chat. No, I need to actually make that bigger. Good deck choice by Edwin. I need to actually go ahead and adjust the chat overlay here. I'm realizing now. Let's make that height, because my chat tends to be. Let's see if we can get that message in there a little bit better now. Now that I've adjusted the height, there we go. Now you get the full comment there by Zach. He meant to say good deck choice there, but there you go. So fun game, match 1 victory here. And we can go ahead and take a look at the bracket for a moment. Why no face cam? Oh, I don't know. So there you go. Edwin moves on. Flash, not eliminated, will go down to the lower bracket where he will be facing elimination from this point forward. But Edwin now goes from a big win over Flash. We'll see what he does against Airsurfer. That's going to be a tough out for him. But he certainly can be up to the task. DeMayhem saying, hi, Rich. Greetings from Germany. And yes, I know a lot of you guys are coming from different places around the world, and you're saying hello. I am trying to keep the chat as focused on gameplay as possible when we're actually in the matches. So if I don't immediately get to your hellos and stuff like that, apologies. Trying to dial in the gameplay portion, and hence some of this little overlay thing that we're doing here. Commander Golan, we were talking about Bag earlier today, saying I'm sure Bag will come out with something crazy, which is really what you want to see out of Bag, is something wild, something a little bit different. So we'll see. And then check this out. Oh, we just saw the update here, and the hot take: Edwin will win Airsurfer. Will be Airsurfer. That's the hot take. You know what? That's if you're gonna go for there. If you're gonna go for that, I say go ahead, take a swing. Edwin will be Airsurfer. That's a really hot take. That's a hard one to do, but you know, if anyone can do it, Edwin certainly has been playing well as of late. Let's take a look at the chat here for a minute. J-Man1378 saying, I think Anaban's getting better in this format. He's becoming less of a ladder one trick now. Yeah, Anaban certainly is doing well. Anaban does exceptionally well when he has good analysis behind it, right? I mean, he's always been a good sniper, but it's very different on ladder versus competitive. And we saw how well he did in the No-Tilt League, the No-Tilt Special Edition, right? The No-Tilt Special Edition that happened in the spring of 2020, right? Before the very short CRL West that time around. Anaban did really well there, and then it just didn't translate into that actual rest of that spring season. But Anaban can play well, and I think this format in particular can do well for him. So very curious. Rich, you're good at calculus? Asks Ashwin Ram. No, I stopped at pre-calc because I knew I wasn't going to use math for my profession. So there we go. Let's see. Greetings from Finland. Well, Piggletip, thank you very much. Greetings from Finland. Mark Littlewood saying that I'm not wearing my Stars and Stripes gooders. I'm secretly rooting for Mexico. Don't worry. The Americas are actually right here. There we go. There's the USAs. But I figured with Mexico and U.S. both are represented, that Canada need a little love today as the only NA country not represented in today's matchups. Let's see. Let's take a look at some more of the chat here. Again, we're waiting for our next matchup, which I believe is going to be Ardentoas versus Sergio Ramos. So as soon as that's ready, we'll be going that way. So we'll get there. Don't you worry, folks. We will get there. The matches will happen as fast as they come to me. Love this new little feature you added, says John Ketchum. Yeah, it makes it so that there's a little bit more context to a viewer, especially when we're talking about the people who view this on replay on YouTube, so they can actually see the chat messages that I'm responding to. So Ardentoas looking like it's going to be Hog EQ. SergioRamos. Well, I thought it was going to be Golem at first, but maybe we're going Loon. Zach CR saying, Rich, if you were cool, you would wear purple and yellow sunglasses to match the color theme of this event. But what do I know? I should get some purple and yellow sunglasses. I don't have any yet. You know, there are Gooder actually does make some for the LA Marathon. Oh, Ram Rider, says Yoav. That's right, Ram Rider. I'm a ding-dong. The Heal Spirit threw me off. But yes, it is Ram Rider. And this might be one of the Ram Rider decks that actually sticks around after balance changes. Not that any balance changes are known. And Ardentoas with a very interesting Hog Cycle variation. I'm assuming this is an EQ, but we'll see. Kevin C. saying, thanks for the love. Canada loves you. Love you back. Mance Raider coming with hot takes as always. Bag will play Stinky Cheese, I bet. We'll see when we get there. But right now it's Ardentoas up against SergioRamos. Does the Muskie make it feel like this isn't EQ? It's got to be EQ, though, because I feel like we would have seen a Fireball already. The Muskie just makes it feel weird. But I know, like, logically, you know it's EQ. Zach CR in the Twitch chat saying this is great for Hog. Upset early, maybe. EQ cycle wins unless SergioRamos gets good matchups. Or good Magic Archers. Well, that's a pretty good Magic Archer there. Right now, 1862 to 2302 as the Hog comes in one more time. High Lumberjack to deal with that. Hog gets one hit. And timing on the Barbro, trying to pick up the damage from the Inferno Tower, but the Skeletons come in behind it. And well defended here by Ardentoas. Who, by the way, I wouldn't say Ardentoas beating SergioRamos here would be an insane, and it is EQ, would be an insane upset. Ardentoas has been playing very, very well. You can see the win rate in the group stage of 7-3. That's no accident. He played well. Might be a bigger upset name than it is an actual. Looking at the players side by side, 1080 on that top left-hand side. Magic Archer trying to find a way on, but Musketeer controls it. Final 90 seconds on its way. And that's going to be Ram Rider burned. Ardentoas has to find, SergioRamos has to find some way to get an elixir advantage here, and so far he hasn't turned out one. That's a nice control Hog up high. But this is what Ardentoas doesn't want to have happen if he can avoid it, is the ability for SergioRamos to turn it into bridge fights as opposed to penetrate and get chopped up down below. Because if SergioRamos can turn it into bridge fights and start to overwhelm in this triple elixir portion, that's where he could win. That's certainly a tall order. And doesn't go for the tower damage here, trying to get that Inferno Tower off the board. Magic Archer not getting lined up on anything except for, let's get the Magic Archer. This is actually pretty big. Ram Rider getting in. Ram Rider does connect. One Lumberjack on. Two Lumberjacks on. Fireball in. There we go. There we go. SergioRamos. SergioRamos. Exactly the problem for Ardentoas. Let it turn into a bridge fight, and SergioRamos got things stacked up at the bridge, was able to take things out that were in the back, and then penetrate with one big push rather than piecemeal as he'd been going. That was absolutely huge. The Magic Archer getting some excellent shots there, getting on the Musketeer through the night for a moment, and then going ahead and helping with the Inferno Tower. That Fireball early, not for tower, but instead to clear things out of the way. And that was really, really compelling, right? You saw the way that SergioRamos was trying to stack things up and turn it into a bridge fight, and then push right on through. That was pretty rad to watch. GG's Sergio, game number 1 going his way. Kelly Casado is asking, is BCC invite only? No, it is not. Like all of the Revel AMAR events, there are a portion of players who are invited and a portion of players who make it in through open qualifiers. Open qualifiers obviously happened a while back. But keep an eye on my Twitter account, which is @RichSlayton right there. I usually retweet when Revel starts in open qualifiers. And then Revel and a lot of creators do host them. So I host them occasionally. I know Eric hosts some. Cashman hosts them occasionally. Some are also hosted a lot. A lot are hosted in Spanish language, some in German. So yeah, go ahead and you can qualify for these and work your way in. I believe, for example, the Ardentoas is an open qualifier player as opposed to an invited player. So Edwin as well, who we saw beat Flash earlier, also an open qualifier player as opposed to an invited player. So lots and lots of opportunities here, especially if you can play your way in. Mikey Stash saying, love your shades today. Well, love that you love them. These are fun ones. We'll be getting some other ones mixed in as well later today. Am I doing predictions on Twitch? No. I mean, yes, but no. Right? If someone else wants to run, if I have a mod on Twitch who can run the predictions, then I will go ahead and let those happen. But for now, I'm not going to handle them because I have too many things going on with this new chat stuff as well. John Ketchum asking, is that a Nintendo 64? And the chat message is right over it. So as soon as that goes away, yeah, you're going to see an N64. The first gaming machine I ever bought myself, my grandmother bought me an original, like the old gray Game Boy, a very an embarrassingly long time ago. But I saved up my money and bought myself that N64 when I was like 8th, 9th, 10th grade, somewhere in there. So there you go. The first gaming machine I ever bought myself. Let's go ahead and jump into game number 2. Advantage right now to SergioRamos. Will the regional final be today or the final's a different date? Asked Chili Toast. This is part 1 of the regional final. Part 2 will be on Tuesday. So yesterday we saw APAC and EMEA. Today we saw LATAM and now the North America, technically Central America, but North America region. Monday and Tuesday, tomorrow and the day after, you'll see the culmination of those regional finals. And then next weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is World Finals. I'll be casting Friday, and then Eric will be casting Saturday and Sunday on his channel. Really great tourney, says Kelly. Revel and BREN doing great things. They're hard to get used to Bernard. Yeah, I still call it the BREN tournament. Ardentoas. This is a drill wall breaker with Magic Archer. I ran essentially a very similar deck, but with a miner instead of the Goblin Drill. Very curious to see how Ardentoas chooses to play this. I've never really studied this matchup. I've played it a bunch and struggled because I don't really study matchups. Some matchups the way that I should, especially Lava Hound matchups, since they're not that frequent these days, it feels like. But so far, Ardentoas put it together. And is keeping that Magic Archer on the board. That Magic Archer is older than that shark people keep tweeting about. Anybody know what I'm talking about? There's a type of shark, the Greenland shark, that they've discovered that some Greenland sharks who are still alive today are somewhere between 275 and 500 years old, which is bananas. Lava to the right-hand side, Loon behind. Protecting the Magic Archer has done wonders so far for Ardentoas in this matchup as you continue with this miner. And the Wall Breaker, the cheeky Wall Breaker pickup there, and another Magic Archer down. This is really, really nice work. Has to defend one more Loon here. And that should be no problem. Fishboy trying to slide on in. And that's a GG. Very nicely played by Ardentoas. Let's see, Mance Raider. This is a really good one here. Mance Raider in the YouTube chat saying, I'm glad those sharks came up during the stream. Now I'm not the oldest thing going on down here. Yeah, I get it. Dude, but that's so crazy. The sharks. I don't know everywhere they go. They live, but they typically live like off the coast of Alaska, in that part of, I don't know how you describe that northern hemisphere portion. I don't know all the different pieces. Anyway, off around Alaska, and they're crazy unevolved. They're like very simple. Their fins are really like stunty, and they're really gross looking. But they just live for a lot. They don't even reach maturity until 150 years old approximately. So think about that. And they took a sample from one that they estimate that based on the sample that it's between 275 and 500 years old. If it's a 500-year-old shark, that shark was born before Shakespeare. That's crazy. That's insanity. So there you go. I think that's pretty cool. Save the shark, says John Ketchum. Yeah, I agree. So all tied up 1-1 between Ardentoas and SergioRamos. We should be getting to our game number 3 here in just a moment. They just need a moment to get their decks ready. Before Shakespeare, says Mickey Stash. Right? But that's crazy. Right? That's really crazy. Think about this. There are sharks. There are animals out there that are older than the USA that are alive right now. Think about that. Here we go. Game number 3. So see what's been played so far. On the side of SergioRamos. Oh, and that lightning. So looking like maybe RG out of Ardentoas. And GY for Sergio. Is he running poison with this? Snowball. And the snowball almost puts the Ewiz into the Mega Minion range. I don't think it was intentional, but Ardentoas' bar barrel that was used to deal with the graveyard does go out and protect the Ewiz a bit. And see how valuable that Ewiz was. Comes across, gives a shot to the archers. And now SergioRamos just has to go ahead and let them do their thing. And very aggressive RG from Ardentoas here to open things up. High cage plus Mega Minion. And a really aggressive lightning, but that's going to get a lot of damage. And what Ardentoas has done so far is had no good times to go to 0. Does he get the King Tower activation here against this Valk? Oh my. Oh my. Well, it was a good game 1 for SergioRamos, but Ardentoas locks it down. $860 on the left-hand side, playing Graveyard. King Tower is activated. And so far, Ardentoas doing very well. Attack saying that he's a very good unknown player, and that he might have a top 20 finish on ladder. Someone could go fact check that one. I'm not going to do it. I'm busy here. 860 left-hand side. Trying to hold off. Again, it's the same question, right? Graveyard's going to be tough to get much, and that's going to be, has to snowball. It's still going to get one shot from that Ghost, though. Valk does not get there in time. If SergioRamos, just like in match number 1, if SergioRamos can win a really crazy bridge fight and then send a super push the opposite direction, he could overwhelm. But that's the recipe. He has to get a stacked bridge fight. The hard part here is that lightning just clears out so much. Graveyard in. King Tower helping a lot, but this is pretty significant. And look at this poison value. Has to control this Royal Ghost as Sergio. And he will. And SergioRamos is in this one. Don't get it wrong. Final 90 seconds. About 400 HP separating these two. Ardentoas does not have this thing locked down yet by any means. He's in a good spot, but that position seeming to hang a bit more and more precarious as time goes on. This one, though, feels like it could be the nail in the coffin. Can he get enough DPS on this RG after that cage pops? And the RG gives 1, and that's it. That's it. GG. Very, very nice attempt here out of SergioRamos, but ka-king, there goes the lightning. And that's a GG. Well played. Very, very well done by Ardentoas. Well done and well picked. You know, it's very interesting seeing what SergioRamos' decks were. Going with lightning, a bit of a risky call, because notice how many single targets that SergioRamos ran here in game number 1. I guess maybe he was just making the assumption that there wouldn't be a like a pigs recruits zappies fireball bait type deck that would have kind of stuck lightning in the ground there in game number 2. Oh, let's go ahead and celebrate the victory for Ardentoas. Well played, Ardentoas. And here comes the little bit of a late prediction there. Probably was in there on time, though. What is local victory? Asks Eamon. Well, one's home. That's like home versus away. That's what how they're defining it, is local victory. So here you go. Bracket updated now. Ardentoas moves past SergioRamos. We'll move into the second round of our winners bracket. Ardentoas, down but not out, will be in the lower bracket. We'll begin to look at that one fairly soon. And Kelly Casado asking, speaking of graveyard, hey Rich, did you see RF top 1000 ladder today? Yeah, I saw that. That was interesting. Very curious to see if RF, I mean, he's obviously not playing for CRL, but it would be funny if RF tried to make a push just for the last monthly qualifier to make a statement, just to be like, yeah, I'm here, and give me that 20K. I'd enjoy that. But, you know, clearly not totally. Mighty PM saying, wait, what, RF playing? Yeah, RF's playing some Clash. I don't think he's going to play competitive, but he is playing a little bit of Clash there. Oh, and SergioRamos played Mega Minion twice, but he lost anyway, so there you go. Good to know. Good to know. Well, this has been fun so far, guys, and it's going to keep on being fun. Next up should be AdrianPiedra versus Daniel. That should be our next one today. So excited to see that one. Graveyard seems like it's making a bit of a comeback, guys. Mance Raider saying that was just a gangster move by RF. Yeah, if the move was, hey, let me just go ahead and play. Let me just go ahead and play and crush it and take 20 grand from somebody else. That'd be fun. Oh, and RF already tilted 300 trophies. Well, it happens. We can speculate and enjoy the speculation as much as we like. So we'll see. We should have our next matchup here in a minute. We'll see how long it takes them to get things sorted out. As long as you're here, by the way, guys, if you haven't yet, go ahead and use code RICH in the shop. Clash Royale, Clash of Clans, Brawl Stars, whatever you're doing, code RICH. If you don't use my code, use someone's code. Use someone's code out there. I know Cashman has a code, KASH. Yeah, but Cashman just hit 100K on YouTube. That guy had like 15,000 not 6 months ago or something. And now he has 100K. Cashman killing it over there. He's making it rain over there on YouTube right now. He kills it on TikTok too. GoldenEye was the only 64 game, says Mance Raider. GoldenEye was certainly up there for me, but I would say that it was WWE or WWF back then, I think it was still called. WrestleMania 2000, followed by No Mercy. Those were probably my favorite games. I probably played the most out of those on N64. Here we go. AdrianPiedra, as my co-caster Andrew Guy calls him, the Aztec Eagle. Up here against Daniel, who's been making his presence known in these events lately. Thank you very much, Mark Littlewood, for your support. Just saying he used code RICH on Heyday. Old school, let's go. Cannon Cart here for AdrianPiedra, playing on a really weird account. Trueno, I don't know that one. Everyone getting their vote in for their favorite game of the N64 era. A vote for No Mercy, same as me. P.E.K.K.A coming in. He's not going to protect this mortar. Doesn't need to here. Can get the P.E.K.K.A down without it. but it's leaking a lot of elixir here. Maybe a bit more than I would have suspected. Cheeky bar barrel to distract, and AdrianPiedra picks up the Mother Witch with the Valk, and what a better time to throw your GY down than when Mother Witch no longer in cycle. Graveyard trying to get some good work done, and does. And more importantly, look at the sizzle on the right-hand side from the Inferno Dragon and the amount of elixir spent to defend against that by Daniel. So AdrianPiedra putting together moves here. Kelly Casado saying, Smash? I enjoyed Smash. Daniel P.E.K.K.A.'s up one more time in the back. Final 45 seconds of regulation gameplay. Adrian with the advantage on the right-hand lane. Gonna split those archers here, and gotta get that Ewas out of there, and does back it off enough to take care of the P.E.K.K.A. Daniel does have a slight elixir advantage once this Inferno Dragon goes down. And does that Bandit get past? And it does get past the Valk and dash on. That's absolutely important for Daniel now to get some connections. Closes the gap down to 310 HP. And a big connection from the Dark Prince as well. And just like that, Daniel takes the lead back. Adrian splits the archers here, takes the Valk in to pick things up. This is tough. This is tough for Adrian. Has to drop kind of a bad cannon cart, and that's going to be huge. That's going to be one shot, two shots. Yeah, Adrian knew it. The second he had to drop that cannon cart, he's got low on elixir. Just got very, very low on elixir. And had to wait for Dana to get around. He's like, come on, man, get that fireball down. Get that fireball out there. All right, game number one going to Daniel. Let's see. Latax saying, I definitely want to see Bag at Worlds. Probably Airsurfer. Then either Ian or Anaban will qualify. That's Latax picks here. I mean, Airsurfer is the best pick, obviously, here. Commander Golem saying an hour into Rich Stream and no geography. Well, we kind of touched a little bit when we got into the where is the Greenland shark, who I saw someone mention that's up in sort of near the Nordic countries as well. So it hangs out where the water's cold, basically. That's it. Let's see. Ashwin Ram saying on the Twitch chat, I either got Airsurfer or EN2, but I think we are all rooting for Bag. A lot of Bag fans here today. A lot of people trying to get on Bag's plan. We'll see if that's going to be the case. We will see Bag in a little bit here. Charlie Perkins asked earlier, so many players are playing a duplicate card in this tournament. What do you think is going on? Well, this is interesting, right? This is a lot of people ask for this event to be done without pre-submitted decks, so that they can have more ability to be flexible with their deck picks as they go on. But we're also seeing the other half of that, which is you run the risk of just having a brain moment and putting in a deck that you already played a card, right? So if you're gonna run duels without pre-submitted decks, people have to be really, really careful and clearly keeping track of what decks they're playing every single game, or we're gonna see that mistake being made. I am in favor of not having pre-submitted decks, and I'm also in favor of players getting the automatic loss when they repeat a card. But this puts there's an extra burden from a preparation standpoint and a clarity standpoint that the players have to stick with when they're playing without pre-submitted decks. So going to be very, very important. Vincent M calling out Earthworm Jim as God tier gaming status. I like that. Earthworm Jim was fun. Let's see. Mark Littlewood. Everyone's excited for Bag. Mark Littlewood saying, "Bag the funnest, most chaotic player, exciting to watch." He certainly is. He certainly is an entertaining guy. So we'll be seeing him fairly soon. Matthias saying, "Rich, do you play disc golf?" Yes, I played. I most recently played on Wednesday, so I do play disc golf. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and jump in. AdrianPiedra versus Daniel. I actually am in the market for a new mid range, as I have to retire a rock that I have with. It's a double ace disc with like 30 signatures on it. I have to retire it. I've risked losing it for too long. So I have to either get a new rock or I'm considering switching to the Buzz. We'll see what happens. Lava for lava here in game number 2. And I don't know what... I didn't put that graphic on there. I don't know what that graphic is. Hopefully they get rid of it in a second, guys. That's someone over on the production side. And that's a big opening salvo for AdrianPiedra, who, when you see the Night Witch, you see the Flying Machine, you got to imagine this is clone. Miner kind of makes it weird, though. And, oh boy, well played, says says Daniel. Adrian just takes care of business here, and it's going to be real hard for Daniel to do anything significant here. Lava Loon push on that right-hand side. Or, I don't know how many of you guys play Clash Royale, or I mean Clash of Clans, or follow competitive Clash of Clans, but they call, their version of Lava Loon they call Lalo. And Adrian not happy. He knows he shouldn't have taken that big hit on that right-hand side. Adrian needed to play the lava on the left-hand lane, but played it right into the Inferno Dragon, who ate it up. Has the slight elixir lead, and decides to cage instead here. Cycles Dark Prince to the right-hand side, maybe anticipating a Miner. Putting some pressure over there. Not clone, by the way. So color me wrong here. And I think he's just going to go ahead and trade and give up the tower on the right-hand side. Adrian had this thing kind of sewn up early. Could have just reacted to the next push. And instead, trying to go ahead and trade here adds a lot on the board. This is not going to be easy for Daniel to deal with. But Daniel also has arrows, and the arrows get timed perfectly. Dark Prince on. Night Witch trying to get him behind. Will those bats be enough? And they should be. Yep, GG, well played. AdrianPiedra. Whoo! Holds on, but he repeated arrows. Oh, Scoot making the point that Adrian repeated arrows. I think he's being told that right now. Adrian loses because he repeated arrows. It's on this. Oh, my Lord. Come on. Well, congratulations, Daniel. Adrian pulled it together, clutched it up. Flechas man, I wish I spoke Spanish better. Repetidas Adrian. Well, there you go. And rip. GG's. Adrian with a good attitude over it. The repeated arrows. Oh, boy. Well, let's go ahead and give Daniel, who that's his actual picture. That's what he looks like. I don't know if you guys know this. Daniel does look like this. Gets his big dub here. And let's see. Let's go back take a look. While we're between matches, let's go catch up with the chat. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's happening. YouTube's been going off on talking about some of the old N64 games. But quick note here that Matthias says the Buzz gets my vote. Yeah, I've played a classic rock. Man, are they going to stop the victory music here? There you go. I've played the classic rock, ROC. Matthias will know that is for a long time. It's my favorite. That's my go-to mid-range. But people are definitely, the Buzz is the best-selling mid-range in the game. So we'll see if I decide to go there. Let's see. Mark Littlewood saying, can't the computer system just tell you that you've used that card the same way it says you have no legendary tokens left? Yeah, the way... There's a lot of weird stuff about how duels are built. One of the things is that the way they built duels is they're like weirdly tied to clan wars, which is why you haven't seen them move into general play yet. But also, duels currently are built for 4 pre-submitted decks, right? So they're not built for you to... They're not currently built for you to sub cards in. I don't know what the plan is with that one. Let's see. Looking at the chat here, yeah. Matthias saying Buzz is my vote for sure. Yep, I'm probably gonna go Buzz. Mance Raider, let's talk obscure NES titles like Fester's Quest or A Boy and His Blob. Anyone? That's some real old school NES titles. I remember playing the Karate Kid game where you had to catch a fly with chopsticks. My favorite NES game was the Ninja Turtles one though, where whenever a Ninja Turtle jumped, it looked like a little green ball with its sword sticking out or its weapon sticking out. Let's see. Looking at some more of our chat here. What is going on here? Well, I'll look at some of this. Let's go ahead and jump in. Hey, here's the match everyone wanted. Here we go. Bag versus Haciel. Are those comics or DVDs? Asked John Ketchum. Those are comics back there. So Bag getting aggressive with GY early. And that's a nice snowball. And while it doesn't get the damage that Bag would have wanted, it does force Haciel to really overspend on that early defense. Hog goes to the right-hand side. Bag gonna go ahead and activate King Tower here. It's gonna reduce Hog hits on balance by about 40%. But of course, the point of Hog EQ is to pressure with Hogs, make them respond, and then EQ cycle. Delivery has to come high to stop the tanking of the Inferno Dragon. And just the amount that Haciel's being forced to overspend right now on defense. Just being caught flat-footed in cycle. And you look at this is going to come out with Bag up by about 3 elixirs. So the aggression early from Bag working out really, really well. And Yoav at the point, Witch, this is the Bag we know and love. That's right. Bag playing Graveyard Witch. And Ashwin Ram saying Giant Witch GY has the potential. Nope, Mega Knight instead of Giant. MK gets in deep. The Witch does not protect the Mega Knight. And so that works out really nicely for Haciel. So Haciel now has to feel pretty good about that Inferno Tower pick. And now with the EQ in, 830, 1832 on the right-hand side. Mr. Influential saying the Bag has an issue where he's over-aggressive a lot of the time. Yeah, but that aggression is working out here. The question is, does he need to keep the aggression on? Does he change speeds here as time goes on? Is he going to defend this with the Mega Knight? Yep, there we go. Hog will get one shot. Now some nice dual lane pressure, though. Which, of course, is currently the boosted card after community votes. And I was shocked when competitive players or people who are into competitive were shocked. I was shocked by the shocked that people had of Witch being the vote winner there. A lot of damage in here for Bag on the left-hand side. 432 remaining. Pressure in, Witch one more time. Shadow Mystic saying there's Viper decks and there's Bag decks. And the good game. The well played. And Bag takes game number 1. This is where Bag can excel in these dual mode events. Because he plays such weird stuff, he has the ability to not burn decks that are popular by playing things that, you know, on paper don't necessarily make as much sense, and having success. So very, very nicely played. John Ketchum saying Duck Hunt on NES. Yeah, you put the Duck Hunt gun to the screen to shoot the duck. Zach asking, how does Bag win with these things that makes me feel bad about myself? Yeah. Bag's one of those interesting characters who can do that kind of stuff. Ashwin Ram in Twitch chat saying, I'm calling it right now. Mark my words. Bag plays Mirror next game. That's a fascinating one. I'm here for it. I tell you right now, I'm here for it. I am here to see Bag do something that's out there. So let's go ahead and make it happen, Bag. But again, back to the thing. People, Bag playing, actually, here we go. Zach saying, if Bag plays Mirror, I'm gifting sub. All right. Thank you, Zach. It's on screen now. You're stuck to it. A lot of people on Twitter I saw were surprised when Witch won the vote to be the boosted card. And I'm like, have you not seen the majority of players of Clash Royale? Like, Witch is so insane. If you look, Royale API somewhere has a really good chart of usage rates at different trophy levels of what cards are used where. And Witch is below 6,000. Witch is like massive. Witch is all over the place. So really, I wasn't surprised at all by that one. That was an easy choice. That was going to be Witch. Rip and Jaw saying, hey, Rich. Hey, Rip and Jaw, how are you? Kelly Casado saying, Bag went on CWA playing Mirror Drill. Interesting. Very interesting. Mark Littlewood saying, dual suits Bag for sure. He probably doesn't know Mother Witch or Goblin Drill have been introduced to the game. Yeah, maybe. And I'll throw this one up here too. Lil Nimbus, one of my mods on YouTube. Thank you, Lil Nimbus, by the way, for modding. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and use code RICH in any and all Supercell games. Thank you very much, guys. If you're watching on YouTube, yeah, go ahead, subscribe. Come back. We do this all the time. We do a lot of this thing. What you're watching now, we do it a bunch. So come on out. Come be part of the family. Good old Bag, says Mance Raider. Plays aggressive, GUI second play, and wins. Yep. That's what it'll do. People saying Witch is horrible, says Omotayo, but Witch is really popular. Right? If you look it up, I don't remember what page it is. I don't know if anyone from Royale API is here. I don't remember what page is on Royale API, but there's a whole page where they break down the what cards are played at different trophy levels, and Witch, up until about 6K, is played a ton. Kelly Casado saying, Witch is a dominating force at mid-ladder. Yes, it is. Here we go. Game number 2. Bag with one in the hole. One in hand. Wait. Zach is saying no. Hut spam mirror. Could it be? Could it be hut spam mirror from Bag? Everyone, mirror, 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 mirror. If you want something crazy, book Bag. Please tell me he's playing mirror in here. This is going to be fun. Poison onto the Mother Witch and onto the tower. Cannon cart stays on its wheels. Cannon cart stays on its wheels. Forces the E-Wiz out. And right now, Bag in a great spot. Bag up 3 elixir with a half-health furnace on the board. And this is what you want when you're playing hut spam. Just going to protect those huts right now. If there is a mirror here, we will not see it until double, I think. A lot of people voting for mirror right now. A lot of people calling for mirror in the chat. All over the place. People want that mirror. Let's see it happen. Cannon cart high. Does it get on the Mother Witch? And it does. Stays on wheels, too. Going to force out something high again. Out of Haciel. Haciel's going to be so frustrated. How do you game plan for Bag? I think your game plan is just take some Tums and try to prevent heartburn. And that NATO was so cheeky out of Bag. Oh, he's so fun to watch. And Haciel waves the white flag. He's like, that's over, dude. And no mirror here. Bag not playing mirror. But still, the hut spam with the drill. And Haciel just had to wave the white flag there. After that NATO, someone on Twitch clip that NATO, please. You gotta love a good cheek NATO. and Bag came out with it. Bag came here to bag today, guys. And you know what? Let's all say it together. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Haciel could never know about that they have NATO. That was craziness. That was bananas. People loving Bag right now. Amazing. Vincent Bag is so good. Exclusive. Tornado outplay. This is a fun one today, folks. This is a fun one. Oh, let's go back. Oh, wait, they're gonna show the bracket. So that's the end of our first round of play, guys. And Bag Anaban? An Anabag matchup? Let's go. That's going to be fun. Airsurfer versus Edwin, DiegoE versus Ardentoas, Ian versus Daniel, and Anaban versus Bag. Ooh, boy, that's going to be a whole lot of fun today, folks. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. An Anabag matchup. Bagman earned him a fan, and now my top two is Anaban and Bag. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. Any co-casters today? Nope, just me. But, you know, in the future. Can't wait for Bag to Zach. Oh, I'm not gonna put that one up on the screen. So I gotta be careful with these clicks here. Isaac saying Tornado is underrated. I don't think I think Tornado is pretty much rated. I don't think anyone's saying Tornado is not good. Anaban versus Bag. Hoa saying mirror and elixir pump. Yep, that's what I'm hoping for. J-Man, Bag Anaban is a straight fire matchup. I agree. It's the one that's the kind of matchup I want to see. I really, really wanted to see Mo and Morton in EMEA. Could still happen, but could be a lot harder to happen now. And this would be an interesting one. Kelly Casado saying that Bag is unsnipeable. And following that up, Zach saying his point here is that Anaban cannot possibly snipe this kid. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. This is a fun day so far. Mikey saying Bag should be able to beat Anaban. Yeah. We'll see. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, guys. That's why we're here. Omotayo, crazy deck versus crazy deck. Absolutely. So there you have it. I don't know about you guys, but this is the way I like to spend a Sunday afternoon. Watching some great Clash Royale, some fun Clash Royale, some different Clash Royale, hanging out with you guys. The only thing that make this better would be the golden burrito, which is going to happen. I'm really hungry right now. Mrs. Slayton and baby boy Slayton are off at the grandparents' house. I'm all alone here in the house. I tried to eat some food before the stream started. I'm going to get hungry probably in about an hour. Here we go. Ooh, boy, our first of our second round here. Airsurfer versus Edwin. Let's see what Airsurfer comes out with today. First princess of the day. That's a whole lot of fun. I don't think I have any mods on over on Twitch. Oh, Hippie won. Let's get some let's get some predictions going. Not for this one now that it's already started. Let's get some predictions going on Twitch though. Dark Prince goes opposite direction. Airsurfer with Lescarmy, as he's playing probably double bait here. Super bait with the Scarmy. John Ketchum, all pastor burrito. It's the jam. Gotta tell you though, Texas Mexican food ain't nothing on that SoCal stuff. My word. Tex-Mex. Overrated. Lava gets burned. How did that not hit? Did that not hit the Inferno Dragon? No worries, Hippie One. Hippie One saying to clean the house, but not of the stream. I didn't know you. Once I saw you were here, I was like, oh, let's go get him. Let's get those predictions now that you're here. A lot of support for Airsurfer here in the chat, here against Edwin. Well, an English-speaking chat with a lot of American fans, probably going to be the case. I see some people in the chat talking about the Woodley Jake Paul matchup. I'll address that when we have a little bit of some downtime. I'll talk about it. Right now, though, it's all about Edwin and Airsurfer, and that's the annoying thing about this deck is the occasion that we just saw there, where you're like, Oh my god, do I have to spend elixir on a Skarmy right now? And a Skarmy actually goes coast to coast and gets on your tower? It's so annoying and has such a massive impact. But right now, Airsurfer just spreading Edwin thinner than a pizza. That was all right. That could have been better. Double bait push on the left-hand side. Skarmy to protect on the right-hand side. Man, that pizza one's killing me. I wish I loaded up something faster. I'm gonna get the good one. I'm gonna get a good one tonight. I'm gonna go to bed, and a good one's gonna come out and be like, "Oh, that's the one I should have said." 797 right-hand side. There's a lot on the board right now, though, for Edwin. And the Dark Prince escapes. This is a weird one. This is a weird one. Skarmy comes down. Has to come down to hold all that stuff off. And that's a great Skelly Barrel out of Airsurfer. What a great Skelly Barrel out of Airsurfer to just stop all the bleeding. That felt like it might be about to overwhelm him. And just... I know it's the right move there, but like there's some moves that seem so simple in retrospect, but in the moment, having the wherewithal to actually make them. Dark Prince, though, making things interesting. Remember, no direct damage out of Airsurfer. So if Edwin can play good defense, he can, especially here in triple, he can make this interesting. Already has. About 1,000 HP, 1,100 on the right-hand side. That's so devastating. Has to arrows this right-hand side now. And he does. And goes Inferno Dragon right, or Lava Hound right into the Inferno Tower. He's just trying to get the Inferno Towers to focus. Baby Dragon trying to sneak away. Flying Machine behind. And this is real pressure right now. 2 Flying Machines on the board. Second Inferno Tower has to come out. Has to arrows this one on that left-hand side. Edwin's pressure is really good here. Baby Dragon and Flying Machine is keeping everything off the tower. Skeleton does not touch. Final 15 seconds. Lava Hound down. Flying Machine gets a little bit too far ahead. Miner goes right to the Dark Goblin. The arrows come in to try to help. Now, but that Bar Barrel's going to hit, and that's GG. Edwin trying to do everything he could. Airsurfer playing brilliantly. Airsurfer playing absolutely brilliantly. And that was a whole lot of fun to watch. A lot of people here talking about Airsurfer playing really well. Unbelievable. Whole lot of fun. Airsurfer takes a huge risk if Edwin had Mother Witch. That was 100-0. But he didn't. Maybe you got a good read, the Airsurf, that Edwin wasn't going to go Mother Witch game 1. That was a great... I think I already put this one up there, but it was. That was a great game out of Airsurfer. 16K saying Airsurfer USA number 1. Well, right now, that's for sure. Oh, that's what I was trying to... I tried it this one. There we go. Airsurfer pulled a Morton. GG's Air, says BREN. And Zach CR bringing up a very important point. Edwin had to abuse Flying Machine because Airsurfer didn't have Fireball. And didn't. Didn't do so. So there you go. While we're waiting for game number 2, I'll address this one really quickly. Jake Paul versus Woodley is a really interesting match. A lot of questions here about the Jake Paul-Woodley situation. Woodley hits really, really hard. But Woodley doesn't connect that often. And a lot of what Woodley has a nasty right hand that'll floor you. But Woodley basically got away with it by using wrestling to threaten to set up his right hand so he could land big bombs. I don't know if Woodley can do that. That's a big question. Can Woodley win a pure boxing match? I don't know if Woodley's a better boxer than Jake Paul. And it seems crazy to say that out loud. Remember, I worked in mixed martial arts for like a decade. I worked in the business. And I don't know if Woodley is a better boxer. Woodley lost his last 4 fights in the UFC. He's definitely getting long in the tooth. And he was never a phenomenal boxer, just hit really, really hard. So that's a really crazy thing to say, but yeah, he might not be a better boxer. Jake Paul might be a better boxer. Can Woodley hit him and knock him out? Yeah, the big question is, Woodley's a professional, and how well has he been training to really turn into a better boxer? That's an important question, but I don't know if that solves the problem. Jake Paul's doing a smart thing. He's picking retired mixed martial artists who aren't great boxers. Ben Askren had absolutely no boxing and threw like seven punches in the UFC total. And in Bellator, I might have thrown almost as many punches professionally as a mixed martial artist as Ben Askren, and I've never fought professionally, right? So, I don't know. Jake Paul might actually be the bet in that fight, which is crazy to say. Here we go. Game number 2. A lot of Airsurfer fans in the house. And interesting here, Edwin opening up Goblin Hut, Zappies, Fisherman in the back. What if he had E-Giant? Yeah, I don't like Fisherman. I do not like cycling Fisherman early in the back. I think it's, in general, a terrible move. Some people do it just to fix their cycle, but it's a big risk. King Tower activation, though, that's not bad. Zach was the one making that point with Fisherman in the back. Zach saying possible that Airsurfer knew the deck. Very possible indeed. So far, Edwin with the lead. Airsurfer, though, with a game in hand. Airsurfer's another one of those guys who it's crazy how good he's been for so long. Hoa saying Air might have a Royal Giant here, and I think he's probably right. I think Airsurfer does have a Royal Giant. So, huge fireball bait deck out of Edwin. And Airsurfer just having to play defense. Yoav saying that he thinks that Airsurfer's running RG and Lightning, and that would make sense if it was Lightning because we have not seen a spell yet. And obviously Lightning in this matchup is absolutely brutal. Zakaria saying RG coming soon, and just like that, boom. RG comes down. RG in on the left-hand side. Trying to figure out how Airsurfer defends this, and it's so far Barbarrel Mega Minion. How did he stop these pigs though? Cage to the middle, has to just eat that. And this is again one of the things I really respect about top tier players is knowing when they just have to eat damage. And I'm starting to get better at that a little bit. But just knowing Airsurfer knew he had to eat a lot of that damage, but he knew it wasn't going to be devastating. Now pushing into that same lane. Ghost gets in just a little bit late there. Oh boy, GG. Ghost gets in late on the left-hand side for Airsurfer. Fireball in, and we're going to game number 3. Well, there we go. Airsurfer, interesting deck choices here so far, but game number 3 on its way. It's been a whole lot of fun so far. Let's see. As we're waiting for game number 3, let's look back at the chat. Everyone's still talking about these matchups. Anderson Silva beat the pants off of Cesar Chavez Jr. That was cool. And Vitor Belfort fights Oscar de la Hoya next week. Yeah, Oscar versus Vitor is fascinating. Zakaria saying bad matchup for Air. Yep, absolutely. That's so rough. Yeah, this was a rough one. This was a tough one. Min-maxing as Kelly's talking about. Yeah. It's gonna be curious to see. We didn't see the spell out of Airsurfer. C. Davis says, we're back. What's up, Rich House of Fam? Doing well? We're just enjoying this great day about this great day of Clash Royale. It's going to be a whole lot of fun here, folks. Zach saying, RG is very hard to play against recruits. Zappies. Fisherman's kind of a dead card defensively. Yeah, recruits, I mean, it's so interesting. Recruits, you talk about kind of the way that the meta evolved back in 2019 CRL. Recruits were a totally non-used card. And then Fisherman came out, and Recruits shot up in use because, obviously, Recruits really shut down Fisherman. And then, like, Fisherman P.E.K.K.A. was really big, too. Well, Recruits, great example. Great answer for that one. And then it's so interesting how a card becomes meta for a certain reason, and then still continues to have a point because people realize that it's usable beyond just that one moment. I wish Airsurfer was a tad bit more consistent in his whole career, be top 3 for sure. Yeah, Airsurfer's really, really great. That consistency has always been the thing that slightly avoids him. Mr. Influential saying, I'm going to assume the spell was lightning, as it really didn't get used. Yeah, I'd say so too. There's no way that was Fireball. That had to be lightning. So we'll see. I mean, we'll get that confirmed here in a minute. We'll get that confirmed in a few moments. Goblin Drill's still too strong, says Varuna. Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. And I don't have any comments on what the updates or balances that are coming, but my assumption is that Goblin Drill will get knocked a little bit down from its high perch. Neo Goku saying, I think Airsurfer is still the GOAT American player, though. That's a hard question. So let me turn this to you guys in the chat, guys, on YouTube and on Twitch. Is the best American player of all time Airsurfer, the God RF, or somebody else? That's the question. Is the best American player of all time Airsurfer? Oh, Wings. Wings is actually a good argument. But again, Wings never quite put it together. But Wings is a good vote here. Says Pyro votes for Wings. Can I get that to come up on screen? There I can. People on the YouTube chat saying RF is GOAT, RF is God. The God RF. Anton Vigilante saying Vulcan for sure. One vote from Lars for CMC. I don't know who out of that list has #1 ladder finishes and CRL championships, right? So here we go. Minor for Airsurfer. With Dark Prince. Skeletons make it feel like it's not going to be lava, so Loon, I guess? Maybe Mortar? I see some votes for Razzer as the GOAT from the USA. Yoav saying that Bag is the most fun to watch American player. So P.E.K.K.A. Ram Rider from Edwin. And those skeletons are going to be interesting in this matchup as that Mother Witch just stacks pigs on the board. And Ram Rider gets a connection. Maybe that's a video at some point. Top American CR players of all time. You know, only 16 or 25% of my audience is American, but maybe I'll do it. I can do it country by country. And Anton Vigilante saying Airsurfer is with Rocket Cycle. Oh, that makes sense. Minor Rocket versus P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam, says Yoav. Yeah, a lot of people here saying Rocket Cycle right now, and there you go. There comes the Rocket. I just never play Minor Rocket Cycle, and I never play against it because it's not getting played really at, 6 to 6.4K. So And not getting played a ton in competitive either. But it is something that Airsurfer goes to. He needs to control this P.E.K.K.A. There comes the Dark Prince out for Airsurfer. Edwin not able to get the Bomber off the board. Bandit finally goes there. And Airsurfer with another Bomber, but that's a ton of damage. That's a huge amount of damage. That Mother Witch staying on the board for a very, very long time. A one-shot Mother Witch coming through huge for Edwin. And that's a huge rocket, though, from Airsurfer. Tower damage plus 7 elixir cleared. That was the rocket that Airsurfer needed. Edwin gave up a lot right there. Airsurfer eating that shot, though. Really rough. Maybe he's making the call that he had to. And now just trying to cycle rockets and see if he can beat out this this spell cycle. Gonna log. Probably go miner to the... Has to go miner defensively, I think. Dark Prince. Bandit goes up high. He has to beat out this. Miner goes to the back now. Miner does not get on tower. Or does get on tower. Gets one shot, though. Trying to find a way to get there in time. Not going to happen. Edwin takes it in game number 3. Airsurfer going with the high-risk play in Miner Rocket. And it doesn't pay off. And Ashwin Ram making the point that maybe Airsurfer needed Royal Delivery, but had already played it. It's been interesting. Oh, let's go back. Keep on doing this. They keep on after the game going to the brackets. This was the upper bracket, so Airsurfer not out. Edwin moves on in the winner's bracket. Airsurfer now will go down to the lower bracket here, where he will be fighting with only 1 life left. Oh, here we go, lower bracket. So we have our first lower bracket matchup. That's a banger. Airsurfer and Haciel is a really, really good match, especially for an elimination game. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. That's what I was going for. Here we go. Man, sometimes it's kind of hard to keep up with some of these chat messages here. I do need an assistant. Over on the Twitch chat, the point was made I do need an assistant. At some point, maybe I'll get that going someday in my life. Swimmer jumping in saying I've been catching up on the games and the highlights, either bad just running over Hasiel or AdrianPiedra repeating arrows. Yeah, those have been fun. Is Anaban versus Bag today? I think it is. I'm not entirely sure. I think that is, though. Buzz Royale saying, bro, I didn't know Rich had a channel. Dude, not only that, I'm on YouTube. We're co-streamer on YouTube and Twitch right now. About 550 people watching on YouTube right now, 111 on Twitch. So nice little solid group here on both sides. Mighty Mouth saying, hey, assistant right here. Are you in Texas? Are you in Austin? I need a production assistant. That'll be the plan here at some point. At some point, the full studio's going to be opened up here in Austin, by the way. Maybe end of this year, maybe early next year. We'll see what happens. Saad Azim saying Airsurfer needs more versatility with more off-meta decks and throwing a few heavy sniper decks like Balloon Freeze or Golem Clone. I don't know if I want to see Airsurfer play Golem Clone, but... Oh, it's Carrie! Mighty Mouth 2. Oh, hey, Carrie, how are you? Oh, yeah, the picture, and I recognize it. Yeah, no, you're in the UK. That's very, very far away, so not as helpful, but it is nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Little Nimbus saying I'm going to get a new device to help on Twitch. Oh, thank you very much. I don't know why why the auto mod caught that one. That was a weird one for the auto mod to pick up. Yeah, I like this is a cool thing. This is a cool feature that I actually learned about. As you guys know, I work for AMG Aftershock Media Group, Powerbang, and CWA's company, and I run the production department. I'm also there as a client. They also represent me as a creator. And we had an event the other day, kind of a sort of creator college event. We were talking about stuff with chat, and I didn't know about this feature. It's a plugin you can use to pick out messages from chat and put them up on the screen. And it really helps when you want to, especially for me, a lot of this is that these videos get watched later on YouTube by people who weren't here for the live stream. So it really helps give those viewers context. And I learned about it at one of our AMG events and put it in, and it's actually working out really well. So shout out AMG which, by the way, I'm missing the controller, but that's the little AMG right there with my logo. Let's go ahead, jump into our next game. Ardentoas versus DiegoE. And I've said it many times before that I do think that I'm a big fan of DiegoE's story, how he struggled his first run through CRL, got it back, came back and really worked hard outside of CRL and came back and was successful inside CRL his second go. So I'm a big fan of DiegoE and the work ethic that he's shown in the past. Lord Mr. Yakub saying nice glasses. Thank you very much. Those are gooders. Let's see if is my stream deck OP today. It is not. Goodr. Gooder. I have a link somewhere, but unfortunately, my really, really cool stream deck supposed to drop the links in chat isn't working effectively today. But there you go. There's the link for the sunglasses for those of you who want to get them. Go ahead and check those out. Seen a lot of Ram Rider today. Seen a ton of Ram Rider today. It's been Ram Rider City all day today, folks. I think Ram Rider is one of those win conditions that's going to a few decks are going to get really hit hard by the Nerf hammer. I don't think Ram Rider's going to be one of them, though. I think Ram Rider's going to end up surviving into our fourth quarter of the year. Hey, Chazmac just jumped in the Twitch chat. Custom CMG sunglasses coming soon. Custom gooders. If there are CMG gooders, I will 100% wear them on stream. That's for sure. Ooh, fire. Tell them I sent you. Magic Archer sets up in the back for Ardentoas. DiegoE in a tough spot here with the Royal Giant. Although that's a nice lightning. But RG against P.E.K.K.A. This is the spot right here. This is actually where DiegoE can take control of the game. He has to control Mama P.E.K.K.A., not get ruined by this, and he goes RG. He has to go RG right here. Survive the hit. RG has to come out now. This is where he can take it. But this is it. This is his only opportunity. Can he get the E-Wiz out of the way? No, Mama P.E.K.K.A. gets... Oh, the E-Wiz. The E-Wiz just shreds and gets P.E.K.K.A. on. That was the chance. Oh, and lined up. Lined up nicely. GG. That was the only chance that DiegoE really had in that matchup. And yeah, that was rough. All that, and P.E.K.K.A. still lands a swing because of the E-Wiz. Couldn't get the E-Wiz out of the way fast enough. That was the problem. That was the real challenge. Chazmac, much love there. Excited to see those stunnies. Let's see. Everyone looks so different on Cam versus Pick, except for you. Yeah, I look like me all the time. There we go. I think YouTube Lady Run Like Heller runs in Gooders. Probably. They're a running brand that I just happened to fall in love with years ago, and now Gooder and I are like this. As you can see, all the collection and all the different stuff. Oh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that guy right there. There's also a little special guy right there behind that logo. Let's see. Really played really well, says Winston Wu. Mance Raider saying P.E.K.K.A. is too strong on offense or else defensive utility. I'm very on P.E.K.K.A. Derek G, first time watching CRL, looks pretty cool. This isn't even CRL. This is just the BREN Chong or Bernard Chong the BREN or Bernard Chong Cup 3. This is just a tournament. This is not even Clash Royale League. CRL is coming up soon. We have one more week to finish our ladder portion. Top 1,000 will qualify, and then then there's the next round of qualifiers and the actual monthly finals. This isn't CRL. This is just us hanging out, watching some good Clash Royale. What's the comic collection, says Mark Littlewood. A lot of stuff up here. Some highlights for me on this one. I have some pretty good Batman stuff up there. Wolverine, Old Man Logan, one of my favorites. Also, the comic book that the comic that Logan the movie was loosely inspired by is a better way to put it than based off of. But Old Man Logan is great. I have some Ennis up there. Getting into Preacher a little bit lately. Everything below, actually, all the stuff that's below the Nintendo 64, that's all the Far Side and Calvin and Hobbes. Everything below that N64. So here we go. Jumping into our next game. Ardentoas with the game advantage. Thanks, everyone, for the love. I'm seeing you guys in the chat right now. Appreciate it. Mwah. And Hut here for Ardentoas. What's my favorite deck? I don't have a favorite deck of all time, but my favorite combination is Magic Archer and NATO. E-Barbs are meta now. They're not central meta, but they have gone from being a thing you only see below 5,600 to a card that is reasonably playable. Reasonably playable. Cannon Cart. Does she try to knock it off of its wheels here? There we go. Good pickup there for Diego. Favorite card of all time, Ice Golem. Magic Archer, that was a close second. But Ice Golem is Bay. Sets up Hut one more time. Does Ardentoas on the right-hand side. 2065 to 1627 as the seconds tick away towards double elixir. The drill to the front. E-Barb's in response, and there's going to be good pressure in two lanes now. At what point does this Tesla get overwhelmed with, and there you go, does the Fly Machine get in? Fireball gets the Fly Machine and the Furnace, though. Ardentoas, right idea, just slightly wrong execution there. And he would have loved that to be a King Tower activation. Didn't happen, though. And the Bandit keeps control of the Cannon Cart, which means the E-Barbs have to come out to prevent more damage there. Diego's going to be back to Tesla here. Has to keep Teslas on the board and protected. Flying Machine comes out the second that Fireball goes. And that's the right call there from Ardentoas. Now stacking two Huts on the right-hand side. Going to be a flood of spears pressuring the right-hand lane. Cannon Cart to get the Tesla off the board. And it does. And it makes it annoying because now Diego has to place that Tesla lower if he gets the Tesla down. And there you go. You see he does place it one tile lower. $13.92 to $18.64 crosswise from top left to bottom right now. DiegoE with the lead. Fly Machine gets away. But all of Ardentoas' work has been on the right-hand side. And when you're playing this, not really looking to switch lanes a whole lot. Does not want to start stacking buildings next to that left-hand tower because that's just free fireball value. Fly Machine works on the drill. Mother Witch as well. Fireball does get the Fly Machine. Mother Witch healthy, though. Final minute. Triple elixir going to happen in a moment here. And I guess now trying to push into the same lane. No. Interesting call here. Creating some dual lane pressure here. The Fireball is just too powerful out of DiegoE right now. And not quite taking advantage of the fire, and that's just too much value. That's 8 elixir That's a free +4 trade just given away by Ardentoas. That's going to be a GG here. It would require a pretty big mistake from Diego at this point to turn around and lose this one. Ardentoas has to know it too. GG. Tesla gets set down. Gonna Prince up high. And that's it. Well controlled there by DiegoE. Game number 2 in for DiegoE. Good win. We're going to game 3 here. And let's see. Box of... what was it? Box of Demons saying, what's the name of the sunnies you're wearing? I'm a glutton. These are the Tropical Tummy Tickles. They're from Gooder's special summer line. Nothing more annoying than spawner decks, says DRS. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of spawner decks myself. Let's see. Looking at some of the chat here. Is Sparky OP in your opinion? Not in this meta. But, you know. I don't know. Sparky, like, depends on... The matchup is matchup, you know? Oh, Box, I can't show that chat on the stream, but thank you very much. When there was a card in the NCR called Tombstone, oh, those are the days. Yeah, we'll see if Tombstone makes a play. They're out of stock. Box of Demons. Oh no, well, don't worry. There's more. There's actually a new line that just came out with that I haven't gotten yet. I need to reach out to my person at Gooder and get them. There's like a new end of summer ones that I'm actually really pumped about. Haven't picked them up yet though. Omotayo talking about the spawners. Like, you don't want to deal with them, but you have to because they rack up damage. Yeah, spawners are really, really frustrating, and they force you to play this really slow. I am in general anti-spawner. I've talked about it a lot. I mean, I think that Barb Hut deserves to stay in the nerf graveyard. No reason for Barb Hut to get buffed again. Barb Hut I hate. Furnace I'm 50-50 on. Spear Hut, like, my most hated is Barb Hut, then Goblin Hut, then Furnace. That's how I feel about it. Jeremiah Otto asking, since we're in the break, I'll answer it. Got a feeling you're rooting for Woodley, but you really think he wins? I already answered this one. I'll answer it again. I am rooting for Woodley, but I probably give this matchup 65-35 to 70-30 for Jake. Because Jake's actually boxing and Woodley hits hard, but got away with hitting hard, but not being a great striker because of his wrestling. But we'll see. We'll see. I'd love to see him win. It'd be cool. But the Jake Paul, look, the longer the Jake Paul hype train goes, the more interesting it is for everybody. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. So now in game number 3, it's Ardentoas' turn to run drill. Valk going to be nice for DiegoE. Let's see if he's running anything else to counter. And a nice super chat there out of DRS. You're the man, Rich. Love the setup. Thank you so much, man. I promise all $4.99 of that super chat will go to something frivolous that just makes me giggle and have fun. Maybe they'll help me get a new buzz. I do need a new mid-range since I'm retiring my Rock 3. My double ace disc. I'll say that every time because it is a double ace disc. GY making a comeback here. It's been a few weeks now. Not even making a comeback. GY is back is a better way to put it. Graveyard is back in Clash Royale. After Mother Witch kind of making it dead for a long time, Graveyard's back. Mother Witch is not the most abused card in the game. Hint, hint, skill drill. Which, you know, I call it that because because it made me skillful, quote unquote. If there's any indication that Goblin Drill needs a nerf, it's that I got a new personal best with it. And look at that. Drill just shredding that right-hand tower. Diego not happy about that one. Charlie Perkins, no more burritos. Oh, definitely more burritos. But right now I need a new mid-range, so there you go. Not Lead Insane. Furnace is the most annoying one, though. It's a fireball coming into your tower every 7 seconds. A fire guy, a fire spirit. Not quite a fireball, but yes, it is super. So this is the Goblin Drill deck that got... This is probably like... I want to say the second really popular Goblin Drill deck. I think Sergio... I think it was Pompeo's version. If you've been watching people on Twitter, a lot of pros have been making matchup tier lists for the decks they're known for. And Pompeo made his matchup tier list, and I think it was him, where all of the worst matchups, every matchup that was, because he did it from 90-10 to 10-90 in favor and against, and all of the 10-90 matchups, the ones that were against him, it was just like 15 drill matchups, drill Tesla matchups. I laughed pretty hard. Graveyard in. Does he arrows here? I don't think he has arrows. I think he has poison. Oh no, he does have arrows. Okay. I know he has arrows and poison. I was talking about what was in cycle though. He does arrows there, gets good value out of it. But of course now no arrows for that princess. And does not protect the archer with that high cannon cart. That's got to be frustrating. Drill in, bomber behind, princess just hanging out. Despite having both poison and arrows, these princesses just making themselves at home today. Graveyard in, drill down. No direct damage for Ardentoas other than the drill population damage. And Diego cannot get around to a Valkyr fast enough. There he goes. Wow! That timing ended up working out very nicely for Diego. He has to get these two princesses off the board, but can't do anything about it. Archer's cannon cart now. Keeping the damage off tower. Somehow avoiding damage, but now you have to do something about those princesses. Valk comes in. Valk not going to be there for the next drill. Final 20 seconds. Graveyard in. Cannon cart on its wheels. Princess distracted. Arrows in. Royal Ghost has to come in high. 674. Graveyard doing real damage here now. Poison could beat this out. Poison could beat this out. Oh my word. Oh my word. DiegoE. DiegoE. Behind the entire way. Finds so many creative ways. Unbelievably creative ways to play that defense there at the end. And DiegoE pulls that one out. What a great game from DiegoE. That was absolutely crazy. Could not keep up with the cycle for the Valk, and Diego had to come up with creative ways to deal with that Goblin Drill and keep the damage off there. And it was just continual changes, and I really hope someone on Twitch clip that, because that's a top-tier moment from DiegoE. Chat totally impressed. I'm totally impressed. And that was a whole lot of fun, guys. Woo, boy. Someone needs to cool off his thumbs. I don't know if, I think he probably still has my thumbs, right? Someone cool off those thumbs the way he played that. Let's go. Let's go. A lot of people in the chat saying, giving the love to DiegoE right now. Cyril Steffen saying that was easy. The only person not giving the love. Wow. I'll answer some disc golf questions in a minute, but right now we're talking about DiegoE. Played that really, really well. The hard part about that was trying to figure out ways to keep that damage off tower with having to overspend and do different combinations. And he did that. He did that. He kept it off. He kept it off the tower. Which again, no direct damage. And that you heard me say that early on. No direct damage here, folks, in that home stretch. That's the hard part. That's the really interesting part here. And DiegoE makes some adjustments, takes it down. That's the big thing. And Saad saying I would give up at that point. The biggest thing, one of the biggest things I would say here is if you recognize you're in a matchup where your opponent has no direct tower damage, play that to the buzzer. Really play that to the buzzer. Because the number of times that you can in triple elixir overspend on defense and clutch it up, really, really, really big. How many more games today? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly. Let's see. Our next game coming up. And Daniel Levy with $10 Australian. We're going to Daniel and Ian. Mental health awareness. Thanks, Rich. Your Clashcast gave me something to feel good about. I suffer from undiagnosed ADHD. People, please, if you struggle to focus, go get yourself checked out. Hey, Daniel Levy, I'm glad that helped you out. ADD myself here, in case you guys couldn't tell from the way these casts and times go. So definitely made a challenge for me in school a lot of the ways through. I've learned methods to work around it and work with it, and found out about what my strengths were. You know, it's just a different way of your mind working, and I focused on trying to figure out, okay, I know what my weaknesses are, but what does this give me that are strengths? And I think it worked out to my advantage. Hopefully you can find a way to do that too, bud. Oh, what a great play out of Ian. What a great play out of Ian. Going to go ahead and eat that Dark Prince shot and keep the elixir advantage. That's I would have loved to see him control, at least not let it be a charge shot there. But very, very nicely done either way. Dark Prince to the left-hand side. I do love seeing minor wall breakers back. There was a point where it was annoying that minor wall breakers was just too much everywhere. But now, when I see it, I'm definitely excited to see it. And it is one of the more interesting decks to watch. Does pick up the wall breakers here. Three split for Ian. He has to really try to make Daniel play the fireball on that lone flying machine in the middle. That's the big thing that Ian's going to want here. That's going to be too much fireball value there in the middle. That's not where Ian wanted that fireball to go. Does have the lead. Has to play cage. Gets it done. Oh, no. That's it. Fly machine. Go get to the Dark Prince here. Fireball in. And that's going to be it. Oh, no. Skeletons to hold on. Miner in. Wall breakers behind. Cage is in cycle. And there you go. There you go. Daniel acknowledging that's the end of the game here. Nicely played by Ian. Sad Azim saying Daniel qualified from Cash's stream, so I have to woot for him. Woot or root? You know what? I'll say let's go with either one. Nicely played there by Ian. Let's see. Back to Disc Golf says Supremo. Get a Titanium Buzz or a Rock 3. They are hard to find, but the R3 is the best mid ever made. The Buzz is the best-selling mid-range disc ever made. The Buzz consistently outsells everything else. Rock 3 is certainly up there. I'm a fan of the classic DX Rock. You beat that thing up enough, and a classic DX Rock just becomes really, really nice to play with. So, you know, I like it a lot. It becomes like for me, I think also part of it is how well you know a disc, right? I could get used to a Buzz. I'm gonna try it out probably. I'm probably gonna buy a Buzz and buy a Rock 3 and buy a classic Rock and just see how they all feel. But I like to throw a 180 gram classic DX classic Rock, beat it up so it's like very, very precise. But you know, I'm gonna go ahead and get the collection. I'm not worried about it. Let's see. Wow, the arrow is beautiful. This is Omotayo. Ian77's American. Yes, he is. And part of a little celebration there from Chazmac for Ian. CMG celebrating the performance of their players. Is it in dual mode, says Dennis. Yes, it is. It's all competitive Clash Royale is dual mode now. That's just what it is. You know how for a while competitive team events had 2v2 in them? Well, now competitive Clash Royale is dual mode, and that's where it is everywhere. So there you go. I don't think anyone's doing non-dual mode competitive events right now. Let's see. Those arrows are nice. Got 3 different troops. Yep, arrows were pretty clean. Pretty clean indeed. But very nicely played by Ian overall. Let's go take a look at some more of the chat here. Might have been a misplay using the arrows on Tesla when it would die, regardless of whether instead of a wall break or minor push. That's been on the Goblin Cage. Yep. Hey, Andy coming in hot with the $20 super chat for burritos. Thanks for the content. Woo, boy. You know, I will spend that one on burritos, I promise you. That is straight burritos. I'm in the central time zone, to answer your question there, Jonah. This is actually a great point here. Saad Azim saying, imagine duels in 2016. Yeah. With 46 or 48 cards or whatever. Yeah, it would have been crazy trying to do that. But again, Andy, thank you very much for that $20 super chat. That is huge. Love the support. You guys simply being here, subscribing, watching is seriously enough, but whenever someone goes above and beyond, super, super helpful. We all know I love burritos, so. The gold leaf is somewhere around here, guys. I just have to find the right time to do the golden burrito for the right event. Interesting variation on Drill Magic Archer NATO from Ian, going with both spears and skellies. Tries to predict to the middle. Nice prediction out of Daniel to get the bar barrel on Tesla. Ian, though, plays the Tesla one tile low and doesn't let the bar barrel damage get on tower. DRS saying, love the chat. Dono for them. Cheers, boys. Thank you very much, DRS. I think that's your second one today. Mwah! Love to you. Blowing a kiss. Who's the best player right now in Clash aside from Molite? Probably Lucas. No, the run he's been on lately has been insane. Sandbox looking good, though, too. That whole top 10 in CRL right now is looking pretty fire. TBH. Good job turning the Fisherman away from the Magic Archer. Burton B saying Ruben is still better than both of them. Well, we'll definitely see, won't we? A lot of chances to see for that to shake out between this event, if Ruben continues on what he's doing so far in the EMEA region, and then, of course, CRL World Finals getting closer every day. Royal Ghost does not get controlled. This is really big. I don't know if Ian can stop this. Oh, there you go, the NATO. Never mind. This is interesting because, oh, look at the Mother Witch on the left-hand side. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. He's going to have to eat that as much as he can and then go hard the opposite direction. Wow. This is a really interesting matchup, and I can't remember who was talking about this on Twitter today, but someone was commenting on how RG can't even beat Drill right now because players have figured out the matchup. And it's not always the case, obviously. You know, no matchup is set in stone of how it's going to play out every single time. But the ability of Drill Cycle to play against RG right now is fascinating. Second RG left-hand lane. Does he drill defensively here? No, gets back to Tesla. Nice quick cycle here, and that's having spears and skellies. But Mother Witch going to put that pressure on, and Royal Ghost's going to get away here. What I'm curious to see is, does Ian, there we go, gets some Magic Archer value. He's going to protect the Magic Archer further. Yes, Skeletons come in front. And now Drill. And he's going to try to NATO this together. Can he NATO if he NATOs Mother Witch, it's game over. Oh, he does not get the NATO down. Playing defense now instead. Royal Ghost going to come work on that Tesla. Has to get around to one more Tesla here. Lightning takes care of business. NATO's everything back. Does the RG hit? No. Nice log control. Daniel pressuring again. Magic Archer going to work on that left-hand side a little bit. I don't think that's something inside, though. NATO pulls it back, log in, and wow. What a game from Ian. Played that matchup very nicely. And Genter saying it was Boss's tweet. I think that Ian counters since he will spam Tesla and drill and triple. And there you go. There you go. Nice work. Zach saying Richie could not do NATO Magic Archer because he wanted to be able to NATO the RG back on defense. Yeah, I thought he was going to go ahead and win it there by NATOing the Mother Witch in, but I was wrong on that one. Man, that was good. Ian, waiting the winner of Anaban and Bag. Oh, loser's bracket too, or the lower bracket. That's what I prefer. And Chazmac celebrating his player's victory there. ENOP, there's the lower bracket. We have not had any eliminations yet, but a lot coming up soon. And, of course, Anaban and Bag on its way here in a minute. DRS pointing out that the most hated card in Clash Royale is always changing, always moving around. So there you go. Box of Demons is a good question. I'm supposed to go to Travis Country next month for my cousin's wedding. Ooh, guess who lives in Travis Country? Or Travis County, this guy. Do you have a recommendation if I only have time for one course? I really love Mary Seawright. And the course in Circle C Ranch. Those two are both like S-tier courses. They're both in South Austin. Maybe you play around. Just saying. His new nickname is Ian the Demon, says BKNY. Yeah, maybe. What a crazy game. No, we are not going to finish all of these today. Zach asking. Today is the first half of the regionals. So here's how this works, guys. The other three regions, the EMEA, Europe, Middle East, Africa region, the APAC region, which is Asia, China, Australia, all that, the LATAM region, which Latin America, and the North America, Central America region, all have 2-day playoffs. The first day of the other three regions already happened yesterday and today. This is the last of the first day ones. Tomorrow, you're going to have both APAC and EMEA, Asia and European time zone regional finals tomorrow. Then Tuesday, you'll have the LATAM regional final, and then my regional final, the NA regional final, Tuesday afternoon. So tomorrow and Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday, we'll finish up these regional playoffs. And then World Finals for the BCC3 are Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. Friday, right here on this channel. Subscribe, ring your bell so you don't miss it. And then Saturday, Sunday with EB7. Anaban versus Bag. Here we go. Man. And I don't know who I have, Michael Calderon. This is a hard one to call. This is a hard one to call. Snipe versus Snipe. Wacko versus Wacko type decks. Some people voting for calling it for Anaban in the chat. Some people going the opposite direction. So I run what Bag's running, except for I think this is going to be pretty much the same deck, but with Tesla for me. Oh, nope, very different. We're going to get a little bit of sizzle there on the right-hand side. Nothing serious. Drill goes into the left-hand lane. Dark Prince. No, goes Valk. So Dark Prince and Valk. Wow, Anaban getting a good read here on game number one, going with the double drill counter. So Inferno Tower can totally control all of this Ram Rider mischief. Anaban is going to always have something in the hole there to play defense. And thank you, Kenny Ray, for your $5, just straight up a $5 super chat with no chat. And that's a nice little lineup there. Look at that lineup there from Bag. A lot of damage in. I'm going to go ahead and deliver right on top of that. Very, very nicely. Pyrofoot saying Magic Archer to win it here for Bag. Yeah, that's Magic Archer is going to be the piece. Has to force out drill responses, line them up, shoot them down. Mark Littlewood saying that he sniped Bag on the first deck, but right now, Bag playing this real nice. So here we go, sudden death overtime. Elixir lead right now for Anaban. And this Magic Archer is going to go the opposite side. Drill Valk together here. And still going to eat some damage. And no King Tower activation. Oh boy, still has the Elixir, fine Elixir situation for Bag. Final minute 20, 80 seconds left, almost a triple Elixir. And now, right now, Bag just wants to protect what he has on the board, but unable to for the moment. Does that Mother Witch turn towards the Valk? And she does. That worked out nicely for Bag there. Triple Elixir coming now, 1494 to 1991. That the year that Nirvana released Nevermind? Now that kid's suing Nirvana because of the album cover. 1551, the year that Bach released his third concerto. Maybe. I don't think so. I think that was much earlier than that. I think that was much later than that. But go ahead and put your dates in anyway, folks. Magic Archer going MVP mode right now for Anaban. I mean, for Bag. Oof. Back and forth here. Skelly's to control, delivery down. Does Bag have another? Oh, it goes Drill on defense instead. Did not have another Inferno Tower ready. And now cycles to Inferno Tower. Fireball in 15 seconds left, 12:07 to 10:08. Can Magic Archer and NATO play enough defense here? Pig gets on tower. Ram Rider trying to get there. Inferno Tower high. Fireball not going to get in there in time. Pig gets on tower, and oh boy! Oh, that Pig nearly escaped. But it's Bag holding on. Bag holds on. 111 HP. GG. Game number 1. And a lot of people, big Bag fans here in the chat. A lot of big Bag fans in the chat. Bag won because he used your 2 favorite combo cards. Oh yeah, Magic Archer NATO, that's what's up. And Magic Archer did the work. Mahdi BM saying, wasn't that supposed to be a drill counter? Yeah, the interesting thing about that was the Magic Archer, though. And you can counter drill all you want, but if you can't stop that Magic Archer lineup. And the Inferno Tower, it wasn't so much that that Anaban ran the drill counter. It's how much the Inferno Tower gave value to Bag as opposed to running Tesla like that deck normally runs, right? So now he has Tesla on another deck, which is great. But Inferno Tower and Magic Archer together were both huge. But the Inferno Tower, that made the defense work, in my opinion. Isn't this the deck you're rocking right now? I'll show you exactly what I'm rocking right now. If you guys want to try to snipe me at 6.4K. I think I'm at like 63. No, actually, I'm just under 6.3. I'm at 62.97 right now. Tilted a little bit. Let's go ahead into game number 2. So I'm running the Drill Magic Archer NATO with Fire Spirit and Skeleton. So I'm running Tesla, not Inferno Tower. Alex wanting Bag to lose one, so we get one more game. Bag going Fireball bait. Now that Fireball's out of the game, good call here. Some splash here from Anaban, though, in the form of that Royal Ghost and the Bomber. Oh, arrows, though. So now it's Anaban's turn to drill spam. Expect that he... Does he also... Does this one with Bomber also run Princess? Thank you again, Kenny Ray. Appreciate it. Does the Bomber variant of this deck also run Princess? A lot of people in the chat right now saying that Bag maybe has a killer matchup right now. It can run Princess or a spell. Haven't seen Princess yet. Haven't seen a spell yet. Fireball already played by Anaban, so we'll see what kind of spell he would run if he does want to run one. Zach saying last card Fireball, except for no bag. For Bag. For Bag. I thought you meant for Anaban. But yeah, Bag could have Fireball. Here's the last card. We have seen Fireball arrows together a lot more lately. Quentin Goyne saying likely Poison here. And it is Poison for Anaban. A lot here to deal with as the cannon cart keeps the pressure on. Not going to get in range of tower though. Recruits high. And a good early Tesla here that he'll protect. Anaban playing nicely. Anaban's whole thing now is just stop Ram Rider connections, which that did not happen, and now boom. Oh my word. Just like that, Bag's right back in it. Final minute 45. Here we are in sudden death. Anaban has had control the whole way through, and just like that, the game starts to shift. Does Anaban hold on here, or does he lose control? A little more damage in, 706. Not having seen a spell yet, or not having seen the last card yet from Bag. Really questionable situation. It's got to be a spell, and he's waiting just for spell cycle. Anaban not getting poison on tower, instead opting to play defense in the middle. The high Tesla. Cannon cart on its wheels, though. Drill has to come out defensively. First cannon cart down. Royal Ghost going to go across the river and go for the cannon cart on the other side. That's really good here for Anaban. Wants that cannon cart to stay stuck, and it does. Final 30 seconds. And now Anaban goes for that good poison value, a little bit extra chip damage on the left-hand side. Bag plays the cannon cart right on Tesla. Tesla down one more time. Final 13 seconds. Ram Rider trying to sneak on in and steal things. We have not seen the spell yet. There we go. The Fireball does come in. Not going to make enough room. GG, well played. Bag takes the L here in game number 2. And we're going to a game number 3. So someone asked, they wanted Bag to lose, so a little bit more of this matchup. And here we go. We're going to get one more game, folks. One more game of Anaban and Bag. So you wanted to see it? We'll see it. And Bag now used arrows and Fireball that time. Poison out on the other side here for Anaban. So Anaban could go something with EQ, something with Lightning, something with Rocket. Anaban picked well for that deck, says Kerfed. Zach saying Big Boy Predict. Bag runs Tesla and Anaban runs Lightning to counter. Very interesting. Bag didn't play Tesla in game 2. Lightning would be a big counter. So Zach with the prediction right there. I'll put it on the screen one more time. Bag runs a deck with Tesla. Anaban runs Lightning to counter. That's the prediction out of Zach. It's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good prediction. Is Bag one step ahead of that is the big question. Does Bag run GY here? With Mother Witch out, does Bag run Graveyard in game number 3? Dear My Future saying that he bets Balloon. Ashwin Ram going my direction saying I think he runs Cage GY. And then here's the counter prediction from Swimmer. Bag does not run Tesla and Anaban runs Lightning and Anaban gets hard countered by double Hutspan. We'll see. Martin saying Anaban is pro. Tung Fung saying, is this still pre-submitted decks? No, this is not CRL, so this is not pre-submitted decks. These decks are picked in real time. They can be changed in real time. So there you go. E-Giant or Lava vs. GY says Indigo. C. Davis saying Bag runs Expo. No way. There's just no way. Raph Sand saying Anaban will freeze Bag 100%. Ooh, freeze could be interesting. Why is there no duplicate cards, says Michael Calderon? Because this is dual mode, meaning that you cannot repeat cards in a match. And Zach comes out with the big call. If Bag runs E-Golem, I'm gifting a sub. So there you go. That's on the record. If Bag runs E-Golem, here we go. Let's find out. You guys all called your decks. Let's see what it is. And is Bag going with the Hut Spam? Lava with Tombstone for Anaban. Kerf saying Lava from Anaban. Only so far, Lava Lightning maybe. And Anaban running everything? So far, 2 witches. Will there be a 3rd witch? Will there be 3 witches? Will he run the... Is it Hamlet or Macbeth with the 3 witches? I know it's one of those 2. And it's Bag with the freeze cheese. And Bag puts a ton on that tower. It's Macbeth with the 3 witches, right? Who here knows their Shakespeare? Only 2 witches here so far, though. It's Macbeth. Thank you, Kerft. I've not been in high school in a long time, or in college, so I don't remember all my Shakespeare precisely, but I knew it was one of those 2. And, yeah, Anaban can't believe it. So Anaban goes Lava Loon. Bag goes GY Double Witch Freeze. And now MK. That's a good Lightning. Does not get the classic Witch, though. So that's tower down here. Anaban's just going to load up this left-hand lane. But the defensive freeze slows things down. Doesn't stop enough, though. Has a snowball here. And does. And Balloon not going to connect. That's going to be nice and simple. Mega Knight's going to come down here. Really stomp this one all the way done. Lightning tries to stop it. And that's a GG. Anaban just throwing the emotes out like they're going out of style. And wow. It was Lightning. It was Lightning out of Anaban, which was the right call if you're expecting Tesla. The wrong call if you're against MK Double Witch Graveyard. Indigo Perez is saying, I predicted both decks. Well done. Sneaky kick saying hard counter. Bag with a big one. Alex B saying bag deck selection did not disappoint. Yep, that's what, when you watch bag, it's what you want to see. This is what you want to see. And this has been a whole lot of fun so far. We're not done yet, folks. But that was certainly the one everyone wanted to see. Oh, I keep on doing that. We do have our bracket. So there you go. Bag moves on in the upper bracket. That's all going to be played. I believe all that's being played on Tuesday. Oh, lower bracket still. Darn. So we're gonna do our first round of our lower bracket right now, I believe. Let me just double check that. We're gonna do these 4 matches you see, and then the rest of it's gonna be played on Tuesday. So there you go. So I'll go ahead and confirm those, but I believe that's the case. Let me just check that out. Let me just ask the league ops real quick. Let's see. I knew Bag would win. That's my little champ, says Sadazim. Yep, that's correct. There we go. So we are going to play the 4 remaining matches that you just saw from the lower bracket, the elimination matches, and then we will call it a day, call it a night, and we'll come back on Tuesday to finish everything up. It's been pretty fun so far. Man, that was a great game. That was a great matchup. A lot of fun to watch. I might have to clip that one out and just put that one on YouTube on its own, because that was fun. So we are in the playoffs. Babak Saleh saying playoffs will play out. We're in the playoffs. We're gonna continue. Oh, interesting. One second, folks. See something. Okay, so whatchamacallit? This is crazy. Okay, so here's a special rule. The ones who lost in round 1 have to double win against those who lost in round 2. So we might get some super matches here. We have a minimum of 4 matches left today and a maximum of 8, which is nutty. This is going to be crazy. So I'll tell you as things happen what's actually going on. Ooh. If you want a custom die buzz, DM me. Are you on Twitter? Dude, DM me on Twitter right now. It's at Rich Slayton, and we'll talk. We'll talk. A custom die buzz? Yeah, DM me on Twitter. And don't everyone DM me on Twitter, because I won't answer most of you. But Supremo. We'll talk. We'll chat. I like that rule, Rose, those who actually want to match. Yeah, this will be curious. It's still double elimination, and we also have this other thing going on. Oh, I'm actually gonna just go ahead and DM you right now. Hold on. Let me go check. Let me check my DMs here. Everyone's about to spam me right now. Don't slide into my DMs, people. Most of you will get ignored. I'm looking for the guy. We're waiting for our next matchup. Hold on. Let me go ahead and find... let me go find you on Twitter. I think... Oh, I don't see you. Supra... I don't know what... Oh, is that you? Okay, I think that's you. Oh, I cannot DM you. Well, we'll figure it out. Let's go. Tweet me and we'll figure it out. At me and we'll figure it out. But I'm definitely interested in a custom die buzz. That sounds awesome. So Airsurfer and Haciel. So I think Haciel has to double win this. Anaban, Daniel, Ardentoas, and Airsurfer have an extra life here. That's what Summer says. And Airsurfer, no big surprise. What's a die, Buzz? Ragwar. Ragwar. I play disc golf, and Buzz is a very popular disc in frisbee or disc golf, whatever you want to call it. It's very popular, and a custom die job would mean putting something specific on there. Yeah, we definitely need to talk that one out because that would be fire. You know, if there's one thing about drill that's frustrating, just one thing, Rich, just one thing, it's that we see so little minor now, which maybe we needed to see less minor. Maybe actually that's the one good thing about drill, is we see a little bit less minor. Minor's cool, but it was like everywhere all the time. So we're going to see Airsurfer vary up his defense here between the RG and then the Skeleton's Log. By RG, I mean Royal Ghost, because he's running 2 RGs. It is the same SergioRamos. He's never retired as far as I know. So far, Airsurfer doing well. Way ahead on Elixir, although not on the board right now. Those skeletons were real nice to protect that Fisherman and the Royal Ghost. Final 2 minutes. Triple Elixir. Lead right now for Airsurfer, 1,600 on that left-hand lane to 1,821. The Princess is forcing Airsurfer to not really use the Skeleton's Log combo on drill defense very much. So that's why you see him on these Royal Ghosts a lot. Might have to Skeletons. Oh, no Skellies right now. And now trying to load up this left-hand lane. 80 seconds left. Fireball in, and that's a well-timed fireball. Really well-timed fireball, and RG's in a shred here. RG's going to shred. And that's a massive amount of damage there for Airsurfer. And oh boy. Sizzle, sizzle, burn, burn. Log fireball will do it. Very nicely done. Game 1 for Airsurfer. And Airsurfer is in form today. GG. Airsurfer played that very, very nicely. C. Davis saying, I didn't know disc golf was a thing, just found 3 courses near me. Yeah, disc golf is super fun. It's a great way to get to go out and be active a little bit, enjoy the outdoors, some fresh air. It's really inexpensive. You know, you buy yourself a couple of discs. I mean, I have like a pretty deep bag, but, you know, I have like, some guys carry these big carts with like 30 or 40. I carry about 8 or 10 at a time, but you can go out there. You can actually some courses just play with 1 disc. Go out and play, and most courses are free. Some cost you $5 to play. Really easy way to go out and meet some people, have some fun, get some exercise. And there's courses all over the country. So when I was on the road as a comic, that's what I used to do to break up my long drives, was find courses that were between, I'd drive between LA to Phoenix to Tucson to wherever I was going next. And I would stop, break up my 6-hour drive, stop halfway through, play a course, get back in my car, keep going. And then if I was in I'm on the road working a comedy club for the weekend, then I'd be like, oh, well, I can sit around the condo or the hotel room all weekend, or I would go and play disc golf. I'd go play local courses. A lot of fun. Let's see. Watching from Africa, says Master Bruce. 1 in the morning, should be sleeping. Well, thank you for being part of this. You should be here. That's what I say. You don't have to do anything important tomorrow, right? Work, school, any of that stuff? I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't worry about it. Let's see. How do you like Austin compared to other places you've lived? I've lived here so little. And I've also lived here under our current conditions where you can't really go out as much. Austin's really cool. The one thing I'll say, that my one knock on Texas compared to California is California geographically is so diverse. Like, you have beaches and oceans and lakes and cool river stuff and like basically every ecology you can think of you have in California. And you have cities that are so different, right? Like LA, San Diego is so different from LA. It's different from like the Santa Barbara, San Luis Obispo area, which is so different from the South Bay, so different from San Francisco, so different from wine country, from Sacramento, like everything's so different. And Texas is definitely a lot more of the same. So, but food here is pretty good. Quality of life is pretty nice. It's way cheaper than living in California. Disc golf here is amazing. Drill now for Airsurfer in Game 2. Ever been to the La Mirada course? Yeah, of course. I have played La Mirada. Glaive saying first time watching competitive CR, crazy to see how well calculated these guys are. Yep, these guys are. I mean, these guys are dialed in, especially Airsurfer. Some of the best. Some of the best micro in the game, for sure. Man saying shout out to San Luis Obispo and the Iceman, Chuck Liddell. Yep. Slow's a really cool little town to visit. Is this a big tournament? Asked Little Q Box. This is a international $40,000 prize pool event with dozens upon dozens of players throughout the world. So Haciel seeing Airsurfer go RG says I can do the same thing. And B-Man92 Games saying I think Drill has matchup against RG. When played correctly, often yes. It depends on the specific drill deck. I'm pretty sure Airsurfer understands the matchup. Playing Drill Rocket. Fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. This is an interesting variation of Drill here. As you see Summer saying on screen right here, Knight and Bandit. And then this being a Rocket deck on top of it. Haven't seen a log here. I think did he run log last game? RG goes to the right-hand lane. So far, no luck breaking through for Haciel. And that NATO for the little extra damage, that's the cheeky NATO. We saw that same thing on a bag earlier. Was that NATO too much here? That NATO might have been too much. Going for that damage might have been unnecessary. He's going to pay for it right now in the form of a lot of RG damage. And you see that. Just like that, Haciel's back in the game. I like that move as a finisher, that NATO on the defense to get the extra damage when the drill pops. I think the Airsurfer played that too early there. And now look at this. Haciel getting some control back. Rocket will beat Fireball, but remember it is Fireball and Log. Plus has to defend RG as well here. But with the NATO and the Tesla, Airsurfer should be okay. Yeah, Rocket in. That should be a GG here. A little risk there for Airsurfer. Comes out okay, but here you go. NATO not in cycle. Gonna have to Tesla again, but this RG is gonna take the Tesla down. Mother Witch working on the RG on the left-hand side. Fireball in on the Bomber. RG gonna get one shot. Does it get two shots here? Does get two shots. Pigs in on the left-hand side. Here we go. Final 40 seconds. Drill trying to beat things out. These pigs are all over it. These pigs are all over it. Will the Rocket beat this out? Log on defense. Rocket trying to win it. 44 HP. Rocket wins it by 44 HP. Rocket wins it by 44 HP. What a finish. Airsurfer played with fire, almost got burned, and instead clutched it up by 44 HP. Clip that on Twitch. What a finish. What an absolute finish. Crazy. Wow. That one holds on. That Rocket probably had to travel through time to end up winning that one because that seemed like it was GG well played. That was so risky there at the end, and somehow, I guarantee you right now, the Airsurfer is laughing that he got away with that one. He just stole the lunch money out of Hasiel's pockets. Let's go. Unbelievable. People saying that wasn't crazy, that was calculated. You don't know what's going to hit. There was so much stuff on the tower. That was insane. He has a flux capacitor inside of his rocket. That was wild. Airsurfer goes on. Haciel's out. And that was insane. What a great steal there at the end. Whoo, boy. I live my life a quarter mile at a time. Airsurfer. Yeah, dude. That was fun. That was absolutely fun. Gotta love it. Here's the finish. Let's go watch that replay. So here we go. Check this out. It's the Mother Witch loading up. Airsurfer, he has to wait. He's just sitting there waiting for the rocket. And look at this. We're slowing it way down. This is how tight that was. The log finishes things off. He's waiting. Look at all that stuff on tower. And it's just the timing. Look at the animations are all mid-animation. They're all mid-animation. And that rocket beats it. And that rocket beats it. Insane. Insane. This is actually there's the comment of the moment. Because Hasiel's troops stopped to watch the rocket fly. Ooh, boy. Ooh, boy. Big ups to the, first of all, big ups to the production team to pull that replay. But secondly, the update that allows you to to do so much stuff with with those replays is huge. So nice work there to get that one. That was crazy. That was crazy. Oh. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. What a cool finish. Yeah. Q-Box saying what a cool finish. That was fun. And that means we don't have to double do that one because Airsurfer had the advantage. So Airsurfer wins that one. He moves on, stays alive. Haciel. What a way to go out. To have a matchup that Airsurfer has the advantage in. Airsurfer overplays it and gets in trouble. And then you almost steal it and Airsurfer steals it right back. Velocity Count saying, what did I miss today? Did you just tune in right now, Velocity? Did you just get here right now? What did I miss? Check the clips, bruh. Check the clips, bruh. Oh, boy. That's what competitive CR is all about. Perhaps Andrew to get 110%. Maybe. Maybe he would. I think so. Oh, and someone said, wish I'd seen this 3 hours ago. Oh, never mind. That's about something else. Just got here. You just got here? Dude, just go watch all the Twitch clips. Guys, drop them likes. Sub to the have you not subscribed to the channel yet? Are you guys are you crazy? Subscribe to the channel. There's a link in the chat. If you're here, you're enjoying this, come on back. We do these live events a bunch. I put some of the best of matches here on the channel as well. Other competitive content to help you get better, etc., etc. Come be a part of it. Let's go. Next matchup. Ardentoas versus AdrianPiedra. Arden does have the match to give. So Adrian has to double win here. B-Man Games saying, game bell on. Thank you very much. Still more unbelievable. Yeah, Velocity Counts. You gotta go watch it. Gotta go watch the replay. It's gonna be on YouTube. Don't you worry. Pekka just chilling back there. Now keep an eye on this one for Ardentoas. He doesn't want to do it if he doesn't have to. But in the right moment, especially against Bar Barrel Poison, if he gets stuck and needs to, the drill against the P.E.K.K.A. on defense is a viable choice. I use it in P.E.K.K.A. matchups. I wouldn't say often, but not infrequently. Better way to put it. And that's some nice magic. That's some nice magic archer piercing damage there. A new card in Clash known as about Invisifreeze that makes so your opponent's troops freeze and watch a rocket. Adrian not liking this. Plenty here for Ardentoas to just set up with. He has to get the Mother Witch out, which he will with the Tesla. Mother Witch play maybe a little bit early, maybe a little bit close here. Get back to a second Tesla. So far, Ardentoas in complete control. Magic Archer, this isn't it poisoned off. Mama P.E.K.K.A. has to wait for a long time on that walk. Nice time in the law. Doesn't quite get it done, though, because of the bar barrel. Adrian gets good poison value this time. 2 troops, building, and tower. And that pig almost gave the Ram Rider a free trip to tower. Almost, not quite. Keep an eye on this one. We're in the final 90 seconds. And while he's behind on damage, he's not behind that much, and AdrianPiedra now has a pretty significant elixir lead. The thing about this deck, though, is this deck can overcome elixir deficits pretty well. That's because it can get back around so easily. And there's a lot of troops here that can handle big defense. Right? Defense against multiple cards at once. He might have to drill on defense here. He's going to Valk, but that's not going to be enough. Valk's going to get eaten alive. Arden gets back to Tesla. Oh, never mind. No drill on defense here. Well played. I just learned something. This is the same variation that I play, and I might have drilled on defense there. I still actually think maybe that was the right call here. Oh, does not get the connection. Does not get the connection. Here we go. Mother Witch down. 2 Inferno Dragons. Does he cycle poisons? He can't really. Has to just Ram Rider here. There we go. There goes the drill on defense. Tesla in. Poison down. The Inferno Dragon can't turn in time. And there you go. GG. Ardentoas, who towed the line there, but held on. Piedra trying to get through, but no. Oh, I gotta catch my breath here. It's been a wild one. It's been a wild one here. Let's see. We had to learn at some point. Hey, Rich, do you like the Goblin Hut? Nope. He was at the bridge. I reset the Magic Archer. There was no connection. Yeah, that he was at the bridge was nice. But wasn't, and yeah, and Zach making this point. Nice play, but not enough. Not enough. Close. I'm curious. Man, it's like so hard to get through there. P.E.K.K.A. in particular against that, there are certain P.E.K.K.A. matchups that I really dislike in that with that deck, but that one I'm not too worried about. People saying that they think the drill needs a nerf. Feels like Tesla Valk Log would hard counter bridge spam. I'm getting better at the matchup. The hard part is if they play Fireball. If they play the Poison version, you're in pretty good shape. If they play the Fireball version, the defenses get a little bit harder because they're able to clear the Magic Archer so fast. Maybe I need to learn more about that matchup. But when the bridge spam with Fireball annoys me. Do I think it would be OP, says Swimmer, if there was an invisibly cloud of 3 tiles for 5 seconds and 3 elixir? Invisibility cloud. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that idea. I think you need to both see the cards. Is Minor Poison Cycle no more? Where you been at, Cat? You been gone for a minute? Welcome back. Welcome back. But yeah, no, it is not really a thing. Here we go. Game 2. Arden with match point. Why don't I like Goblin Hut? I generally don't like spawners. I don't like cards that really like stall the game out and just win by that kind of weird pressure, like stacking like that. I also don't like Barb Hut. So there you go. Oh, try to get that sizzle timed out right, and not gonna get much out of that. Summer says Goblin Hut's the most annoying spawner for sure. I mean, now that Barb Hut's dead. It's been my most favorite deck to play since Clash came out. I'm not sure. I've gone through lots of different phases. Anything a Magic Archer Tornado was fun. I went through a big Lumberloon phase. Oh, by the way, just so everyone knows, it's Adrian on the top and Arden on the bottom now. The wrong person requested the match. So you see they have the wrong spectator. So even though you see Adrian's picture on the bottom, Adrian's gameplay is at the top. Hello, fellow Richard. Good to meet you. At Serious Esports. So Bowler, I'm assuming Loon. Although does the Electro Dragon mostly go with Graveyard? Man, Fireball arrows together is kind of crazy. Well, welcome back, Ant and Cat. So it is Loon. Oh, wrong. No, where is it? There we go. That's what I was trying to click on. There comes a defensive freeze, but that Loon's going to sneak right on by here. Mother Witch doing work on the left-hand side as well. Is he going to NATO this one in? He has to. Adrian NATOs it all in. But the Mega Knight tanking for a little extra. That's going to be, I think, maybe one more Loon shot? Oh, not quite. Big push on the right-hand side for Adrian. The freeze tries to stop it, but Fireball will clean this up. No need to, actually. Wow, didn't even need it. Didn't even need it. E-Wiz comes in. Sudden death. It is match, and it's overall point for Arden. If Arden wins this, it's all game over. If Adrian wins this, he has to win again, and that's to win another match on top of it. Gonna have to defensive freeze here for Adrian. He can't take the shot. He does defensively freeze. Balloon will go down before it hits, but that's gonna be death damage. 899 on the right-hand side. The NATO. Oh! The Fisherman keeps the Bowler from connecting. Absolutely huge. Adrian does have the lead, 760 to 1019. Remember, the game is flopped accidentally. So it's Adrian on the top, Arden on the bottom. Fireball early there. I like that a lot out of Arden. And now Mega Knight. Oh, and a timed freeze keeps the ball from getting pulled in. Final 40 seconds. And Adrian doing a good job of forcing Arden to play on the right-hand side. He is making this a right lane conversation, which is what he wants. Arden cannot take this loon shot. He's going to take the loon shot. GG. Adrian with the vamos, and here we go. Game number 3 on its way. Second match point for Ardentoas. AdrianPiedra. 1 out of 4 wins he needs here. Whew, boy, that Fisherman data prediction was almost sick. Yeah, that's true. It was almost sick. Nima Gayam saying, can I play in this tournament? No, you cannot, because we are already in the playoff stage of this tournament. But these events do often have open qualifiers. Follow me on Twitter to find out when those open qualifiers do happen. And you can also follow Revel Amar, who I'll show you his Twitter right now because he's on screen on the clean feed. You can follow Revel Amar on Twitter, and then you can go find the, he also posts, whenever there are open qualifiers for these events, he posts them. So there you go. Bob of Borg saying, hi, Rich, you think of that vision card, you see the cards in your opponent's deck at a time. I don't like it for 2 reasons. One, I think that keeping track of your opponent's cycle is important. Number 2, the only way to make that card and make it not like really, 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 really awful is to make it OP, right? Is to make it like a cycle card where you just get information. I don't think it makes sense. Ooh, great question here from Elves. How can I be a pro player? Well, there's a number of ways, but number 1, which is nice, is CRL now is open to anybody. And the way you qualify for CRL is a link in the description on YouTube, by the way, is you make top 1,000 of ladder on the end of season, and then the top 1,000 get invited to a Swiss bracket. Then you win through that. Then top 32 remaining go through another round robin. Then top 8 make it onto the monthly finals, where the top prize is $20,000. About 70 grand given away almost every single month in CRL. Plus, these events like this one also have open qualifiers. But if you want to try to play competitive, you should probably be on Twitter and follow like all different CR Twitter people, because that's where the information is. What was that music? That was weird. A little water for me. So here we go, game number 3. And now the people on the proper side, it is Adrian bottom, Arden on top. First 50 seconds out. Looks like pigs for Adrian. The witch for Arden is fascinating. I've seen some pros tweet about, oh, come on. They'll get the game back in a second. That was a crash. Remember, the game isn't running from here. We're watching the game through a clean feed, but their app must have crashed. So as soon as they get it back up, we'll join. I was saying, I've seen some pros tweeting about, here we go, tweeting about Witch. And how Witch is strong right now. Witch is low-key strong. Very curious. And as you can see, Arden showing that. Hugo saying Witch is so good right now. So interesting. So everyone's slowing down here. You see Fireball already played. Fireball and Mega Knight both out makes this a good deck choice for Adrian. But just getting shredded. I didn't see what happened there with that Witch. Arden had no Wiz, E-Wiz, Magic Archer, or Mother Witch, so he chose Baby Dragon. How interesting. There was a time when Baby Dragon was in literally every deck in the game. Now, between nerfs, other cards coming up, and of course dual mode, not the case. But I wonder what percentage of cards, like what's the highest use rate of any card in dual mode? And there you go, Ardentoas taking the dub. GG. That's it for Adrian in the tournament. Ardentoas with the big win. Unless he reused something. Did he reuse something? I don't think he did. Did he reuse something? Oh, he must have. Wait, are they saying it's rebooted? Let me go out. Let me find out what's happening. Let me ask the. I thought Arden had the advantage. Tung Fung saying, I think doing dual mode log is top 3 troops, maybe Fishboy. Not sure. I'm asking. Oh, Ardentoas repeated tornado. Oh, dude. So they run it back now. Second BO3. He repeated NATO. How did you? He repeated NATO. What are you doing? Arden, what are you doing? Adrian's still alive. Run it back. Run it back. We're doing it again. Womp, womp, womp. Womp, womp, womp. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. That's just brutal. Oh, and as long as little Nimbus's avatar is up there. Let's go ahead and show his avatar one more time. Womp, womp, womp. And now let me see if I can angle it the same way. There you go. There you go. That's fun. All right. Well, they're going to play it back again. They should. Who are the two other streamers? Those are the two other streamers. Elbear are the streamers in Spanish. This is a clean feed from the Spanish production studio run by Revel and his team. So there you go. Oh, gotta run it back. Let me actually make a suggestion here. In my opinion, they should play the other team's matches. One second. One second. I was telling them that what they should do, since they have to run that one back, is they should go to the next match and play their first match, and then come back and play the replay of this one, the run it back version of this one, so that they have time to build their decks, but we don't sit here watching nothing. Let's see, Yagi, would you rather have pre-selected decks or risk the game because of repeated cards? I'd rather risk the game. I think everyone would. Oh, they're requesting now. Oh, they're already in. Okay, cool. No, they're not playing back that game, Hoa. So Hoa says, why do they play back? I thought that whoever repeats cards automatically loses. No, that match is over. Arden did lose. But the way that the tournament is formatted was that one of the two players had an advantage. So if Arden had won that match, it would have been match over. Because Adrian won it, we run it back and play a second BO3. DC the Boss saying that, oh, DC the Boss with a nice little Twitch Prime sub. Thank you very much, DC the Boss. 3 months of subbing. Background's looking nice these days. Thank you very much. Still working on it, still tweaking. Still bringing some things together, but yes, the background is looking nice. Thank you very much. Why can't he reuse cards? Because Vibe Carrot, this is, first of all, a great name. Secondly, because this is dual mode, and in dual mode, you cannot run back. You cannot reuse cards. In any best of 3, you have to use unique cards for every deck. There you go. Let's see. Is Magic Archer and NATO the way to go? I mean, in my opinion, Magic Archer NATO is the best. Best combo in the game. OP combo. So maybe. I wish Supercell was still selling merch. I would buy the log plushie. Yeah. I guess they just didn't sell enough that it made sense to run the shop, so they stopped it. Supercell's very much like, if a thing isn't performing at the top level that they want, they're like, they'll try something, and then if they don't like where it goes, they'll just go like, nope, we're done. They're very entrepreneurial in that sense, where they'll go like, hey, let's see this. If you guys remember Clash Nights, which was in the app where you could find local meetups, It got used some in some places, but didn't get used to the level they expected. So they eventually got rid of Clash Nights, which I loved Clash Nights. I used to cast Clash Night events with Super League Gaming a whole bunch. And it was a nice way to organize meetups. I even went to a couple here in the, or not here in the LA area, but in the LA area when it was still around. But, you know, we'll see. Once we are capable of having meetup stuff, I'm going to have organized some meetups here in Texas. I actually have piles of Clash Royale merch to give away once we can do live events, once we can do things in person again. Matthew, actually, and Clash Nights got killed way before our current situation. So here we go. Game number 1 of the rematch. Man, Arden's got to be frustrated. Yeah, Clash Nights has been gone since 2019, actually. $805 Joe saying, let's meet up in LA. Well, I don't live in LA anymore, buddy. So, no. Nice King Tower activation there for Arden. Tesla. Ice Spirit. There we go. The interesting thing here about the Mother Witch is it makes it so you can't really use the skeletons to help chip down that RG. They're too much of a risk. And even though it's against RG, there you see some use of a King Tower activation. And wow, Fisherman does not get the hog. And Adrian, you can see he's pumped about that one. He's certainly pumped there. And since we're in double, Arden now sets up RG in the back. And oh, what a nicely timed Fisherman. You saw that Fisherman from Arden. You can, once King Tower is activated, you can fully counter Hog Rider with Fisherman with the placement you just saw from Arden. It has to get it down so fast is the only thing. Obviously this Royal Ghost is helping right now, the DPS is helping, but you can, with an activated King Tower, fully counter just with the Fisherman alone. Just your reaction time has to be laser quick. Good lightning here out of Arden, who's playing this matchup very, very nicely, and now RG is absolutely ripping that right-hand side. Adrian not getting what he wanted here. Has to keep that pressure on. EQ in. Gonna log. No, gonna protect protect his firecracker for a second. There goes the lightning. One more lightning will do it. Fisherman late. Gonna give up a shot here. Gonna give up one shot. Does he give up a second shot? Does not give up a second shot. Is there any way here for Adrian to beat out the lightning? Not. He can't block it either. Adrian knows it. GG. Wow. Wow. Put a good effort there, but Arden takes the win. Speaking of card placement, says, oh, I missed the Inside the Play series. Me too, but it was a lot. Maybe I'll do it again as the channel grows. But Inside the Play was a ton of work for not great views relative to the work. Even though it was like really high quality content, it never got the views that that made it worth the amount of time to do it. So we'll see if I bring it back in the future. We'll see. Unfortunate that Adrian picked EQ versus a no building deck, and Arden picks Lightning over Fireball in this matchup. Yeah, well, worked out for Arden. So now Arden again with another match point. This is his third match point of the night against Adrian. We'll see if he can finally put it away. Sergio versus Daniel is taking place off stream. I'll give you updates as I get them. As soon as I get those updates, I'll have them for you. But game number 2 coming here in a moment. RG out. If Adrian comes back from this, I think that we have to count on Arden having some nightmares. Maybe. Maybe we do. Hey, Ugarte, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. So we are at about a 3 hour of runtime so far. We'll see how much more we have in us, how much more we have left. We still have two more matchups after this one. But we'll see if Sergio and Daniel, they're playing some of their matchup off stream. So we'll see how it goes. What deck do you run right now? I'm running Drill, Magic Archer, NATO, because I'm super awesome at the game. Other fun things here in the setup, by the way. So someone asked about the comic books up there earlier. I have a new one that I haven't had a chance to crack open yet, that I'm actually very excited about. You know, I'll grab it in a second, actually. I think we're about to get started here in a moment. Kelly Casado saying the new chat message plugin showing the message top left is super awesome. Yeah, well, it also gives more context to the viewers when they watch it in replay here. So here we go. Running it back. AdrianPiedra has to win 2 in a row here against Arden. Arden with yet another match point. And it's Drill versus Dark Prince. So there you go. Some are saying it's also great because we're on 2 platforms, which means that people who are watching this later can see the message I'm responding to rather than be confused. And Adrian sets up Royal Giant in the back. In single elixir, still kind of interesting there. It gives Arden a lot of time to respond. And the Mega Knight. Interesting deck pick here out of Arden. RG getting a lot of work done. RG getting a ton of work done. Mega Knight. Mega Knight. Dark Prince Drill. Who's seen this before? Is this Drill with no Tesla? Is this the one Drill deck with no Tesla? Mega Knight and Dark Prince to protect the Inferno Dragon, which is huge here. So that gets burned up. Adrian a bit confused now. Mega Knight does not get the E-Wiz, though. Running Arrow's Fireball. So here we go. The one Drill deck with... Does Drill work without Tesla? Find out here, folks. Because RG against Drill should normally be for Drill, but this is not Drill Tesla. Just chillin', saying that Morton played a similar deck in one of his videos. Interesting. That's a good fireball there. Inferno Dragon not staying on the board, though. RG only gets 1, which is big. Final 2 minutes. I just don't know how Arden wins this. Bats to protect. That's a nice set of bats. Fireball gets its value, though. Drill goes right in. Drill on the E-Wiz for the damage with the Fireball. Mega Knight not able to clear. But 1420 to 756. This is getting close-ish. But there's no way. The bat trying to protect the Inferno from the E-Wiz, but Dark Prince goes right on through. GG. And here we go. Game number 3. Adrian trying to make it happen. Trying to make it happen here. Arden totally opened the door with that repeat on the NATO. And now here we are, best of 1 out of a 6-game match. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Why was this a rematch rather than Arden being disqualified using NATO twice? This wasn't... So let me clarify this, because there's some confusion. No matter what happened with people playing stuff or not, a special rule for this bracket was that even though we're in the elimination bracket, the losers or the lower bracket, the players who lost in round 1 of the winner's bracket had no lives to give. If you made it to round 2 of the winner's bracket and then dropped down to match up, because of the number of people in the bracket, that person had the advantage. So Arden, coming into this matchup with Adrian, only had to win 1 best of 3. Adrian had to win 2 best of 3s. So Arden lost the first best of 3 when he repeated NATO, which meant they went to the second best of 3. And now we are at the end of the second best of 3. So there you go. Arden now with his 4th match point. Swimmer with some, come on, get it done. Swimmer saying that this deck is super popular on ladder. I haven't run into it, but cool. Let's see. It's been a wild day today. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to show you guys. Was talking about all the collection up there. There's some good stuff. There's some Y the Last Man. There's some Walking Dead. There's some Garth Ennis stuff. There's some Daredevil. There's some of the Batman classics. A really great run of the Astonishing X-Men. But a new one, I haven't read it yet. But I read the actual original run when I was a kid. But check this out. Spider-Man: Kraven's Last Hunt. So I read the original run of this when it happened in, like, I don't know, was this like the 90s when this one came out? Let me see if there's a publishing date on here. Original, started in 85, so I must have read reprints of it. Oh, no, never mind. That's, published in original magazine in 1985. No, that's when the Spider-Man started. So when was the actual story first published? Because that's when that book began. Oh, so 87 was the initial run for this story, I think. Anyway, I read this when I was like in elementary school in the 90s. But yeah, so this one, it finally came out on in hardback. So there you go. Kraven's Last Hunt. This is a great Spider-Man story with some really cool art and a really interesting, one of the more interesting Spider-Man villains. So there you go. Let's go. Will be read soon when I have some time. So here we go. The 4th match point of the night for Ardentoa. Adrian now. Trying to get it back. Tell Supercell to do an Ice Golem statue for the background. Yeah, that actually is the most important thing anyone's ever said. GY in, and Arden has poison. And you see Adrian nodding here. Valk, poison, spears, snowball. Okay. Yagit saying, whatever happened to the Y the Last Man movie? I don't know. They made that Last Man on Earth movie or TV show. Minor Poison is not dead, says Swimmer in the Twitch chat. Yeah, but this is Mortar, though. So, 'tis dead. To answer P-Town Rugby, if player has a card that doesn't use it, yes. If any of the 8 cards in your first deck, they are out for the rest of the match. Easy King Tower activation here for Adrian, but we'll see how impactful that is. Will help against the Miner, not so much against the Mortar. But activating King Tower against Mortar Miner is still valuable. You will reduce those Miner shots pretty significantly. Also, in these early rounds, might force Miner to go more to the safe spot here just to actually get legitimate shots. Here we go, double Elixir on its way, and Adrian now with the lead. It'd be crazy if Adrian comes back from all this and wins. That is not my connection, guys. That's from the host device. We can just watch Adrian's reaction and see how it's going. Adrian, really focused right now. Hey, he plays some cards. Adrian, really focusing in. All right, they're trying to get that fixed right now. We'll see. We'll see when they get it back. Hopefully in a moment. The format is a mouthful. Basically, Kelly, what the format is because of the number of players they have, they made it so that winning the first round of winners bracket gives you an advantage no matter what. So if you lost the first round of winners bracket, these matchups, it's what's happening? I thought they had gameplay. Did they go to the wrong game? Long story boring, it's a way of giving you an advantage. Because of the numbers, it's a way of giving an advantage to players if they win the first round of the winners bracket. So here we go. Adrian was in the lead. Now he's not in the lead. Maybe he might get the lead back here at this poison. Maybe not. 12:02 to 12:22. Graveyard in. Miner does feel so crazy fast now. Knight goes in the middle to control the mortar. Why did the mortar just retarget? Why didn't it retarget to the bomber that quickly? That was weird. He might NATO the miner again here. No, he just lets the tower damage happen. NATO's the opposite side. Interesting gameplay here from Adrian. That Knight, though, should control the mortar. Here we go. Graveyard in, but no tank. But Fire Spirit, oh, picked up by the Valk. I thought Fire Spirit was going to leap here. Musketeer oh, wow, just barely catches it. And the King Tower activation. Oh, no, Adrian. Oh, no, Adrian. That's going to make the final Graveyard Rush really difficult here. And was that a mortar? What connected on the right-hand side? That was crazy. Miner on defense. NATO trying to pull things together. 222 on the right-hand side. Poison's in both directions. Miner will get in there before anything else will. Snowball to help finish things off. Ardentoas opened the door for Adrian. And Adrian just unable to step through it. So it only took him 4 match points. But finally Ardentoas puts Adrian down and moves on. Only took him 4 match points. GG. He could have won with the King Tower activation. Yeah, could have. Arden moves on. I think we're going to join the SergioRamos matchup in progress. Sergio versus Daniel. So there you have it. In the lower bracket, tomorrow we'll see Ardentoas versus Airsurfer. That will be for part of tomorrow's matchups. And interesting, first BO3 goes for Sergio. So let me just double check that. 1 second. I'm finding out what the deal is with the Sergio Daniel matchup. So Sergio and Daniel, SergioRamos won their first best of 3, so now they run it back, and we're gonna see SergioRamos versus Daniel in a single best of 3 to move them on. Swimmer with a conspiracy theory. Arden wanted as much experience as possible before facing Airsurfer, so he purposely prolonged the game. Maybe. We'll see. So we're going to get Sergio versus Daniel in a moment, and that's going to be a single best of 3 because they already played their original best of 3. So that will be a winner moves on. Bob of Borg with an interesting question. At what point do you think the top level should be raised from 13 to 14, and should the tourney standard be raised also to level 10? I think tourney standard should stay at level 9, just for balance sake, right? We know that level 9 is balanced properly for tournament standard overall. They'll go to level 14 at some point. I don't know if level 14 is my opinion, the best thing to do for the game. But now that progression is so much easier, it's not that big of a deal. And to keep the game alive, you have to have progression still be a factor. So if there's a point when no one needs to progress anymore, then the game no longer would make any money and wouldn't be viable for Supercell to run it. So they're going to go ahead and up it. And now that it's so easy to progress, like I need to do an experiment and see like what does it actually take to max a single deck in this game now. My guess is it's actually kind of crazy easy to do, but that depends on whether or not you are completely free to play or willing to get the Pass Royale. But I think they're going to go for 14 at some point. Omotayo say, wow, we've been going for 3 hours? Yeah, 3 hours and change. So keep an eye on Sergio's, he might just do it with Cage. You can also fully counter Hog with Cage. But let's see if now that he has the King Tower activated, if Sergio does go for the Fisherman play in the middle, 5th tile up to fully counter Hog. We'll see if he goes for that. So we're saying, imagine if they added a new rarity. Would it be Mythic? What would it be? I don't think they add a new rarity, but I do think, and I'll see if he goes for the nope, goes for the Cage combo. And that Cage fully counters here. As you can see, even before the shot came in. Vincent saying not many E-Giants. Yeah, I think we've only seen one Electro Giant all day today. And Sergio, rather than risk it, decides to log there to get the Valk off. I don't know if he needed to do that. With the log, I believe this is Daniel's matchup. Although having the Cage certainly helps against the Hog Rider. He still gives up 1 here, as you can see. Gonna Valk the right side, maybe? Or just log it. Smart. And Valk the left side and protect the Firecracker, too. Nicely played. 1491 to 1432. SergioRamos with the lead. As Daniel goes full Hog EQ on the right-hand side, but no Cage comes out, still gets a shot, though. Has to be careful on when to Skelly here, does Daniel, because of that Witch. And that was a good opportunity, a good moment for him. Does take the Dark Prince charge. I think that's okay, though. This RG going to get one more shot, I think. Yep, there we go. 852 on the left-hand side. Firecracker makes that the lead now for Daniel as the Hog comes in one more time. Cage going to stop it. That Cage is going to be enough. No EQ this time from Daniel. And that's why that's what SergioRamos got from varying his defense. Daniel didn't feel comfortable EQing there because he thought that maybe it was going to be the troop defense rather than the Cage defense. That gave Sergio a little bit more room. RG set up all the way in the back this time. Final 75 seconds here. You notice the Fisherman has really not been a factor in this late game. Daniel adds to his lead with that EQ. Fireball goes to the... Oh, here we go. These pigs will be nice. And now stacking RGs here. This is trouble. This is absolute trouble for Daniel. Tesla trying to control. Daniel has to spend like crazy on defense here. Cannot get those EQ cycles in. And Sergio doing the right thing here, just spamming this left-hand side. Not giving Daniel any breathing room. Do not give him the chance to start trying to take control of this thing. Cage, not the call, but Cage is the one that he plays. That's where he needed to use that Fisherman. Hog gonna hit. No, Hog doesn't hit. Hog doesn't hit. That's absolutely massive. Log being played now. Pushing back that RG. Ice Spirit trying to hold on. Fireball in. That's it. That's GG. No, Tesla stops it. No, it is GG. Fisherman goes through. Fisherman not a factor on defense. Slides through on offense and takes the tower. SergioRamos now with match point. There we go. SergioRamos there. GG Sergio. Very, very well played. Thought I put that GG. Oh, stupid mouse over thing. There you go. GG Sergio from Swimmer. Ooh, boy. A little wow from Nimbus. That's right. A little wow from Lil Nimbus. Hoo boy. Hoo boy. Got it done. I really thought that the cage defense against the hog in that situation was the wrong move, but it does hold on and get it done. It does hold on just a little bit long. What's my favorite deck? Whichever one I'm winning with. There you go. I like your shade, says Huskin Love Hog. A lot going on with your name there, but thank you very much. As you may have noticed, I have quite a few pairs. Quite a few going on. Have you even seen this one? These ones haven't even been on stream, have they? Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Still with the burrito gang all day, son. Yeah, I don't like the idea of the disposable cards thing. Jonathan Lewis with an idea of instead of card levels, disposable cards. I don't like that idea. I don't like it. It would make it really, really weird. My least favorite deck, anything with Golem. Although I probably lose more often to Mega Knight Skelly Barrel than anything else. Why isn't Mugi and Super King playing competitive? They are playing competitive, Su Young Yoon. They're actually both still in the... let me go ahead and put that on stream so people see it. They are both playing... They're both playing in CRL. Mugi, I believe, is in top 24, and Jupiter is like on the bubble right now for the last chance qualifier. And both of them are still in the bracket for the APAC region of this event. So they are playing competitive. What's your opinion on pre-submitted decks? I prefer not pre-submitted decks, is my answer to that question. And this event does not have pre-submitted decks, so there you go. Here are some of the most OP shades in my collection. These are called the Passion. Let me see if I can actually get the... My camera's so far away now for depth of field. There you go. The Passion of the Crust. These are called with the little pizza crusts on them. As you can see, the pizzas. These are pretty rad. The ice creams are somewhere. I have to find the ice creams. They're packed away from traveling. Here we go. Game number 2. SergioRamos with match point. And Daniel going with the Furnace. Interessant. A little King Tower activation to open things up. And Sergio immediately P.E.K.K.A.s, knowing he has the elixir advantage. We'll see if that means much. Back to Furnace already is Daniel. Making P.E.K.K.A. do that P.E.K.K.A. dance. Omotaya with some good advice for decks. Check Royale API. I go to Royale API pretty frequently. Definitely multiple times a week. For various things. And wow, timing that NATO perfectly. That timing ain't easy to make sure you don't miss that with the bandit. That might have been an overspend there, but it was cool. Yeah, the Furnace being in that spot that late, that tells you it was a bit of an overspend. Does Ram Rider connect? Does not. And now just spamming the bridge right now is Sergio. Bandit does go and get a connection this time. Ghost goes through. And wow. The wow out of Daniel. Yeah, that's a GG. That's a GG. The poison on offense. Maybe a bit sus there to poison on offense when you were probably against Graveyard, and then you turn out to be against Graveyard. SergioRamos with the super reverse sweep here. Well played. Hey, well played for the for all the classic players here. Adrian almost got it done. And the wave the white flag does Daniel. And GG. SergioRamos coming through hot, staying alive with the super reverse sweep. Still in the tournament. Bracket is in the description below, by the way, guys, if you want it. Well played, Sergio. Oh man, I wish Stream Deck would let me send things. Oh, I forgot. I keep doing this. We show bracket next. Here we go. Here we go. SergioRamos waiting the winner of Flash versus Anaban. So our final match of the day is going to be Flash and Anaban. I think it's Anaban with the advantage there. Not entirely sure. Let me ask right now. And here we go, into the match. And Anaban's streaming right now. Interesting. I think Anaban has, yeah, Anaban does have the advantage, confirmed by both the swimmer and the league ops. And Anaban just going for full tower trade here. I don't think this works in his favor, except for that Tesla's distracted. Drill. Oh, NATO works. NATO works. But as this pops, Miner comes in. Skelly's trying to hold. Ah, that might have worked out for Flash. That might have worked out for Flash. DC the Boss saying in the Twitch chat that backfired. And yeah, that certainly did. Anaban can't get anything in front. Can he get a limit? Does he get a loon in front of this? Does he go really crazy? No, just lets it go out. All right. That's an easy 2 elixir to control that. And Anaban goes ahead and sets up his Lava Hound. And eats the Dark Prince charge. No, the Miner saves. This is the push right here. I don't think Anaban gets another really good opportunity in this game for another push after this one. And Drill's going to play defense here. Yep, but that Drill's not going to... I don't think that Drill does it. I don't think that Drill does it. NATO pull up back. Does he get the Fireball here? Oh, look at that. The Miner gets in. And boom. Tower down. Boom. Boom, boom. And now, this game just changed tremendously. Anaban does have the weak Princess Tower. But Flash's King Tower in a lot of trouble. So it's same lane here. And I think that same lane benefits Anaban more than Flash. Here we go, Lava Hound in front of everything. When do you fireball here, right? You gotta save the fireball for when that balloon's about to escape. But then these Skelly Dragons just sit there and wreak havoc. And there you go. Fireball in. Miner tanking, though. Miner tanking nicely. Balloon connects. GG. That's my response to that. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Anaban played that real nice there at the end. Yeah, Thanos with a good game. DC with a yikes. Stormer with a flash have been way more careful facing Lava Loon. Yeah, I agree. Ron Swallow with a high Slayton. Hey, Ron Swallow, good friend of mine. Check out his podcast. Ron Swallow and my buddy Ed Greer have a great podcast. I can't remember which one they just moved to a new one. You know, I'll go ahead and actually link it in the chat right now. I know a lot of you were talking about comic book stuff. And Ron Swallow and Ed Greer have a great podcast. They just changed the name of it, or actually transferred to a new one. Let me go ahead and figure out what the greatest pod. The greatest pod here. I'm gonna go ahead and link this in the greatest pod. Ed Greer and Ron Swallow. Here we go. I'm gonna link this in chat. If you're into like nerd talk, all that sort of comic book stuff, let me spam this in the chat right now. You guys will love this. Go ahead and check it out. I'll put this on both sides here. Go check this out, guys. Seriously, I think you'll enjoy it. Two like really, really well-versed guys in comic book type stuff and culture. They've had a bunch of different podcasts and shows. They have a great show called Reboot It, where they reboot like classic movies, like big blockbuster movies, like come up with concepts. More on that later. Right now, let's focus on the gameplay. But yeah, check that out. I think you guys will like it. Here we go. Anaban and Flash, game number 2. Anaban does have advantage, so this is match point for Anaban. We'll see if he can close this thing out, or if we go to 2 or 3 or even 4 match points, like we saw out of Arden. Oh, EQ against the Tesla, too. And that's going to be a nice mortar connection here for Flash. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, that's going to be one more shot from the mortar. And yeah, Anaban has to start pressure in opposite lane. Yeah, I thought also the oof that bomber. So just like that, Anaban does have the game back in hand. First 90 away, and what was looking like a blowout for Flash for a moment, Anaban's recovered from. Would love to get this cannon cart off its wheels in the backfield. I understand why Flash speared there, but man, that feels like this is going to be bad for Flash. Yeah, and now the poison comes out for the Musk. Bomber, Fire Spirit, Skellies. That's going to be some damage. This is interesting. It's like you don't have the greatest responses for the Royal Ghost, but Anaban's still able to really limit the damage. And look at how much. Look what Anaban has to do to try to stop this. Bandit does get in. Does the Bandit go to the Muskie? And he does. And that ghost is still invisible. That ghost is still invisible. That's a huge ghost. The cannon cart had to come out. Poison gets good value here. And Anaban adding to his lead here. Anaban might go inside corner. No, he goes to the outside here. I thought Anaban might go inside corner just to give extra protection there against the mortar and keep its aggro that direction. Doesn't matter. Poison in. And now it's just about not getting finished. So here we go. Bandit in. I think Flash has to know this is pretty much over. Tries to Valk it. And that Tesla does it. That Tesla finishes the game. Nicely played by Anaban. And the good game out from Flash. He knows it. And that's it. Anaban puts Flash away in a quick 2-0. And that's everything, folks. That's everything right now. Oh, wait. Hold on. Let me get the animation here. Yeah, the missed EQ was brutal. It's overall, rough one for Flash. Anaban goes on. We should get some bracket information here in a minute. And there you go. In the upper bracket, Edwin versus DiegoE and Ian versus Bag. So the upper bracket final will be Mexico versus the USA. We'll see if it's the young upstart Ian or if it's the popular deck wizard Bag. Should be a whole lot of fun. And guys, if you're in YouTube, go ahead and hang out. Everyone hang out for a minute because I'm gonna throw up something, and then also on Twitch. Make sure you don't go anywhere because we're gonna go ahead and find someone cool to host. Lower bracket, elimination bracket, big names in here: Anaban, SergioRamos, Ardentoas, and Airsurfer. So three absolute legends of the game in Anaban, Sergio, and Airsurfer. Ardentoas with a pretty good chance here to make a name for himself. Every win up here is going to be pretty big from this point forward. There's the... Oh, I'm going to go off of that. They're showing brackets from other regions. I'm not going to show those brackets because I don't want to spoil stuff for you guys if you do want to watch APAC or EMEA or LATAM. So there you go. Before we go, Paul or Woodley, I think Jake actually wins that one. I give that 70-30 to Jake because Woodley's not actually a boxer. Those of you who are still here on YouTube, I was just plugging my friend. My friend wants to follow in the chat. If you like comic book stuff, comic book movie stuff, general nerd talk, whatever, here's the link to his channel again. I see, like, as I'm looking at his channel right now, their YouTube channel only has 44 subs. They just started the new podcast. Their other show is much bigger, now 46. But if you're here watching on YouTube or Twitch, go ahead and check it out. Go ahead and check out their show. They also have the Reboot It is also really, really cool. But I think this is the one that they're really into right now. So go ahead, check it out. Give them a sub. Check out more of it. And you can also check out their Reboot It, which I think, you know what? Let me go ahead and see. I don't know if they're still are you guys still doing Reboot It? I don't even know if they're still redoing it. Let me go check it out. Reboot It is also really, really great. So I'll go throw that up as well. If you're into that sort of stuff, both of these channels are super worth subscribing to. That's their whole world. This has been a whole lot of fun, guys. For those of you here on YouTube, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for being a part of it. Those of you on Twitch, stick around so we can find someone cool to host. It's been a whole lot of fun with you guys. We are back again. Tomorrow is the finals for the Asia region for APAC, and also finals for the EMEA, Europe, Middle East, and Africa. So those are both finals tomorrow. I believe both of those are on Cashman and Eric's channels. And then on Tuesday, LATAM finals, and then on Eric's channel, and then the NA finals are right here Tuesday afternoon. I believe that's going to be 4 or 4:30 Pacific, which would be then 7 or 7:30 Eastern time. So come back here on Tuesday for that. The rest of those you can find somewhere. I don't know what the rest of the times are. You can find them. They'll be on the Clash Royale Esports Twitter will be retweeting those. You can find that there as well. So go ahead, check those out. Been a whole lot of fun. Twitch, hang around. We'll find someone cool to host. Otherwise, YouTube, it's been a blast. Mwah, mwah, mwah. As always, be excellent to each other. Peace. All right, let me go ahead and get the end stream going for the YouTube side, and then Twitch, we will go ahead and find someone cool to host.